Oh, okay, cool.
What's up, guys? We're streaming. We're about to talk Jurassic Park Rebirth. Okay, hit me.
Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Puck, by the way, just
Yes,
for
this
people
is
that don't
Puck.
know me.
I'm Ray. I never introduce
Shipwreck Bricks
anybody. Shipwreck Bricks,
is my
follow him.
is my handle on Twitch. But yeah, no, Jurassic Park Rebirth, man, they the critics hammered it a little bit too hard, but the viewers that I've talked to absolutely loved it. They brought it back to the all of dinosaurs are cool and dinosaurs are pretty, and it was shot on 35 millimeter, and Kodak brought back that old Kodachrome style film. It's not quite it, but they gave them something close. That was made just for the film, and then it was made on those nice what are they, the Pano
Oh, the
um,
Panavision cameras.
the Panavision cameras. Yeah, yeah. It was a beautiful movie, and what they introduced in the movie was something new, something cool. So if you haven't seen it, I would definitely go and check it out.
I'll check it out. I'm pretty partial to. I'm a big gorilla guy. You know what I mean? If
Okay.
when it comes to
Okay. Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
are you? Because I feel like with boys, like when you're a little boy, you have to pick. Like, are you into trucks? Are you into gorillas? Are you into dinosaurs? Or are you into
Okay.
astronauts? Like you're almost
You know,
always
I
you're
was kind of all over the place,
yeah,
bro.
we all have a little bit of it all. Don't get me wrong. We're all like we all think it's all rad, but I feel like everyone's got their one thing that's like, yeah, I'm a total. You put a big gorilla in something, I'm gonna go see it. You put like a
Okay.
gorilla
Okay.
who uses like weapons, I'm in. I don't like. Is it bad? I don't care. I'm in. So I feel like for the Jurassic Park people, the thing I've been hearing is the people who aren't dinosaur people are like, whatever. But the people who are dinosaur people are like, hell yeah. Finally,
Yes. Yes.
they've made a movie where it's about the dinosaurs. And sure, there's people in it, whatever. But
Yep.
dinosaurs.
Yeah. No. This movie was definitely back about dinosaurs and less about a park and less about that kind of stuff. Now, of course, the people are involved and there are like reasons for going to see the dinosaurs. There's always that
Yeah, like
because it's
there's I'm
Jurassic
sure there's a
Park.
plot, but just
Yes,
like
but the theme park portion of it is no longer a like focus in this movie. Very standalone film.
I think that's a
So
good actually. That's a
they
good positive
they
sign.
they didn't set it up to continue with the characters that were set up in this movie. Like it was very much standalone,
Would you
which I
say
loved.
it kind of felt like with the marketing and sort of the new this is sort of the new direction for big horror franchises is like let's just get talented people to do a vision with the franchise and just try to make money on one movie at a time. Because
Yes,
like
yes,
the
it was very much that.
it had the similar vibes of like Alien Romulus or like these other franchises that are like let's scale it back and just focus
Yeah,
on making a good action movie that holds up or a good horror movie that holds up. So
yeah,
I'm
that
happy
was
to
that
see
was the
that.
vibe.
No, because I honestly I haven't seen any of them since Jurassic World, and
Okay,
that one I saw that in theaters. I had fun, but I
yeah,
also hadn't seen like a Jurassic Park movie in so long. So I think I'm due
okay.
also for another one. So I think this is might be the perfect one to justify like
So,
getting
so you
super
need to
stoned and going to see
see.
this.
Oh yeah, for sure. You got to get stoned for it. Um, you need to see for sure Dominion and Fallen Kingdom to wrap up the Jurassic World series. People gave Dominion flack, but it was necessary to bring in the old guard and to close out that part of the
Yeah.
story.
That's the
I'm
one
sure
where
we'll.
they're like, we're reintroducing dinosaurs into the wild, right? And it's like,
Yes,
yeah,
that
okay.
yes, yes, and this one touches the newest one, Rebirth, touches base slightly on what happened at the end and explains like what was going on and in the world with the dinosaurs, but we don't really talk about those characters anymore. We don't talk about the park. It was mainly just why what's happening with the dinosaurs.
Right.
And
Like
they explain it very well. Um, but uh, Fallen Kingdom, the one right after Jurassic World, 100% probably one of the best like horror movies out of the franchise. Um, Strictly because it should have been a rated R movie. They really should have kicked it up like a little bit more and given us a rated R Jurassic Park movie. And then this one also, Rebirth also was like borderline that rated R. Lots of jumps and lots of like, blood and that kind of stuff. It was very close. I think that may be something the franchise is toying with an all out horror adult like rated R movie. Because I think that the adult Jurassic fans need something like that. That's just my opinion, of course.
maybe they're trying to do a Call of Duty situation where they split the naming conventions. So it's like if it's a Jurassic Kingdom movie, because they might do a sequel to
Yeah.
that one, those are horror movies. Those are for the
Oh,
guys
for
who are
sure.
like, I want to see a head be bitten off. I want to go
Yep.
full. I want to see dinosaurs do what they should logically be doing based on how they evolved to
Yeah,
like humans.
and they got close to that in Rebirth. There was a scene there was a scene that got super close.
Well, that's good to hear. Have you seen the? My friend sent me this. My best friend sent me a trailer for this new movie coming out. It's called like I don't even know what it's called. It's like a almost a B tier version of. It felt like someone whose Jurassic World pitch got rejected, and so they made this movie. But it's about just like
Mm.
these soldiers who I guess go through some kind of Bermuda Triangle situation or Kong Island situation, but they're like marooned on an island where it's just prehistoric, and they're having to like
No, I've not.
I gotta look up. I don't have my phone, but I gotta. If he shows up in the chat, I'm gonna ask
Send
him
it to
to
me
drop
later.
it. Yeah,
I'll
he's like, we gotta go
I'll
see
take
this,
a
but
peek.
it's literally like I think it's supposed to be like non-vets versus like dinosaurs, and they're like with all of their guns and
Okay.
shit, and it's like super, aggro male fan. Like literally, it felt like I was watching the trailer, like, oh, this is the GI Joes versus your dinosaur toys, just mashing them together and
Hey,
being like,
that sounds right up my alley though.
the only thing I wish is like go full bore and give us like a Dino Riders movie where it's just people riding
Okay.
dinosaurs, speaking
I,
Japanese,
I'm
yelling at each other,
I'm down for that.
having battles. Did you ever play that game, Dino Riders?
No, I didn't.
It's like a
But it sounds
PS1 Pokemon ripoff where you
oh,
you rode
okay.
around in
It
dinosaurs.
sounds like another game that I did play, which was Ark, um, which
Hmm.
which that we went so hardcore in that game.
Ark, aka
Yeah,
the original Pal
ARK.
World.
Yeah, yeah.
That was a cool. Oh, there's also Fossil Fighter. I think maybe the one I'm thinking of is Fossil Fighters.
Oh, that sounds interesting though.
That one is very much like a Japanese, like, okay, Pokemon, but dinosaurs.
Okay.
That's pretty much the whole premise. And they made games all the
Fossil
way up until like
fibers.
DS.
Okay.
So that,
Yeah,
yeah, it literally is that.
I'm a big Pokemon fan. I play a lot of Pokemon,
Who's
like
your,
ridiculous amounts.
who, if you had to say like your spiritual type, like what type do you think is you or like embodies your, for instance, I'm
Uh,
fire. Uh,
I'm a grass type, like grass or grass ground. Um,
do you
yeah.
have a specific Pokemon? You're like, yeah, that's me.
Oh, for sure. That would be Trico, or Trico's evolution. What is his name? Uh,
Growlville, the all the way
yeah,
the
Growl. Hold on,
growl. I have to look it up.
I'm looking it up. It's
Oh no, gravel's the middle one.
no, it's Septile.
Septile,
Septile.
which just
Yeah,
makes me think of the Mortal Kombat song.
he's my like my go-to, and then they did a Mega Septile which I loved. He has like a giant
Yeah,
spear on his tail. He's pretty cool.
I love the
So
megas.
it'd be him or Rayquaza.
Mm.
But I typically don't when I talk about like Pokemon favorites, yeah, that dude. When I talk about like Pokemon favorites, I try not to touch with the legendaries, but Rayquaza was just a
Yeah,
badass,
everyone has their
um,
favorite legendary.
badass
I feel
Pokemon.
like
Yeah.
you have your favorite
Uh,
regular
well,
Pokemon, and then your favorite legendary.
him and Suicune are tied. Um, I have a Suicune tattoo that I would love to get like just like mounted on my chest.
uh, yeah, I think I'm all of not
What
all of
about
the
you?
me. I think I'm Incineroar. Sadly,
Okay, that's a good
not
choice
sadly, but
though.
like that's me to a T. It's just like an Incineroar who's upset about his day. It's like that's me.
That's a good choice. Incineroar kicks some
But
ass.
when I'm like at my primal, I'm probably like a Typhlosion, like just
Okay.
angry bear scratching my
Yep.
back on a wall because I can't reach, sleeping all day.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and then I would say
Pokemon
my
is so much
dog
fun.
is like a Cyndaquil
Oh, okay. That's what's up.
because he's a corgi.
My golden retriever would be a Cyndaquil. She's super spicy. Um, I I don't know. I'm playing through right now, Platinum again,
Ooh.
and I've got a pretty good like team setup going, and I I'm I'm playing through the entire franchise again. So it's taken me a minute. People think I'm crazy. They're like,
No,
"How
it's
many
just
times have you played through?" And I was like, this will be my like 80th or 90th time playing
it's the
through all of
Zen.
the games.
It's the Zen. They don't understand.
Yes, it's my Zen game. 100%. It's if I need to go towards a towards a game that is gonna relax me before bed, 100% is Pokemon. Like I can't play anything else before bed because I get too sweaty. Including including Minecraft. Like I get super sweaty when I'm playing multiplayer Minecraft. Um, and I'm
Hello?
just like, nah, I can't do that.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Matt. I know. Don't be distracted by my
Hello?
camera. We can hear you, Matt.
Oh, that's
Hello?
cool. Hello.
Matt.
Yeah, I can hear him.
This happens sometimes.
Oh, wait, y'all can hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Dude, I don't know what's going on with my shit right now. I'm
Sometimes you have to
sorry.
join and leave. It's the Matt curse. He'll be right back. Man, I was in the middle of fixing his thing too.
Oh, and you got distracted.
No, when he here we
Uh,
go. His window has to be here in order for me to do it.
oh, I gotcha.
Dee, 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 dee.
Alright, hello?
Hello,
Hello.
Matthew. Matthew cinematography.
Dude, I. What the f-
I love technology.
This is fun because normally I'm the one with the issues, but this time it's his turn. So we just get to sit here and be like, "Wow, Matt, way to go! You're goofing it up." Or we'll give shit to our other
Uh,
friend Junior, who might come
oh,
in
is he
later.
another one that comes on?
Yeah, he's my dungeon master.
Alright,
Oh,
So
hello?
ooh, wait. Y'all play D&D?
yeah, me and Junior do for sure. We're trying to get Matt involved.
Um, can I play?
Yeah, when Junior
I've
comes in,
got dice.
you'll have to ask him because he is the ward of our game. But I'm sure he will because you're really nice. I can already tell that we're
I
gonna
would
get
love
along.
to play. I have not played in a hot minute. I would love to get in,
We're
like
in
get
the
in the
middle of
game.
going to the city, so now would be a good time probably for anybody to jump in
Ooh,
because y'all can be city
okay.
folk that we encounter
Yeah,
for the
yeah. And
first
I'm
time.
like I said, I've not played in a while, so I'm probably gonna need a refresher of like how
Yeah,
exactly it goes
it's
because
fun.
it's been a minute.
We're
But I'm
also
down.
I've also game mastered a few games of Cyberpunk, which is also a
Ooh,
new love of ours.
okay.
Thanks to Matt who gave us the book.
Hey, Cyberpunk was I played the what was it?
I heard that. Y'all played without
Cyberpunk
me.
I
Cyberpunk
invited you. You're busy.
what was it?
You didn't
76
invite
or
me.
I
Don't lie.
did.
I'm just
It's
kidding.
on stream. It's on one of these episodes. I have the pitch deck pulled up. I'm just fixing your window. But what Pokemon would you be, Matt? Now that your
Also,
audio's
Pug.
fixed.
Oh, what's up?
Oh wait. Oh Jesus.
Yeah,
Wait. Dude,
Cyberpunk
I'm sorry. My
2077. That's what I
fucking.
was thinking.
Oh my god.
That's not
Okay.
gonna
Hello.
work again. Hello.
Hello.
All right. All right. Dude. Yeah. I don't know what's going on.
You're gonna have to restart your computer.
I did.
Oh well.
Now I have a question. Are we all on Macs currently?
I'm on my custom built milk crate
Oh,
PC.
okay. You're on your PC. Okay. Because I was like
I'm about to
sometimes.
rip my MacBook in half.
Just give it a minute, or just keep joining and unjoining till it works. It's fine. It'll work eventually.
Eventually. I'm 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 on my MacBook.
Do you stream from your Mac? I've never streamed from a Mac before, so
I do.
you say it's like it's fine. Is it like one of the M4 ones?
Um, Most of the time it works just fine. No, it's actually what is in this one? Hold on, I'll tell you what it is. Uh, no, I think I'm on either the M1 or the M2 chip.
Oh, okay. That's still not bad though. I think the
Um,
thing I've always been afraid of is not having a dedicated graphics card with all the kind of like animations and crazy shit that I do. But I
yeah, I don't see. I don't do anything super crazy when I'm streaming. Um, like I've got stuff running and stuff like from like with Firebot and all that kind of stuff.
mhm.
But it does me good. Where is my
Okay.
settings?
There we go. Damn it. Still
So
clipping.
yeah, Apple M1, but it's the M1 Pro. Um, so it's
Nice.
the higher end chip. 16 gig of memory. Uh, 500 gigs of storage. It runs great. I've not had any like major issues. As long as I get like 10 years out of it, like I did with my other one, I'm you know, I'm good.
I wish I could get that long out of a computer. I work my computer so hard. But granted I also build them. So to me when they break it's just like,
Oh,
well, what
we
stopped
need to
working?
chat then, because I need to build a dedicated streaming PC.
I have some pre-builts I made out of
Ooh,
some Goodwill's
okay.
stuff and old
Yeah,
graphics cards I had. If you want to
okay.
buy one just to get started, and then obviously you'll want to upgrade and get a better one down
Yeah,
the line. But
we'll chat for sure.
yeah,
Because I really need to stop using my Mac for streaming because that was not the intended purpose. Uh, the intended purpose was for my photography and my
yeah,
that kind of work.
which is great. It's great for you. That I cannot deny.
Yes.
Matt's just in the tech oblivion, yelling at Discord, like, "Can you hear me?" He's doing like the voice check, like, "Hello, what the fuck?" And then meanwhile, it's just that like his audio is being sent to like his Apple TV or his AirPods that aren't in or something.
Uh-huh.
So
Oh,
it's like it's
I understand.
working. It's just he doesn't realize his
Yeah,
Bluetooth is connected.
I'm I've got my I've got my Apple Pro headphones on, the big ones. Um, which I love, by the way. They sound fantastic. I'm just going through my awful handwriting notes that I did for this project. Um, and I'll probably end up writing more while we're chit-chatting.
I know I should have a journal out. Matt's been trying to teach me the ways of the journal because I'm a
Oh, yeah, he's been trying to explain like that kind of stuff to me, and I am so old school where I like to write notes, and yeah.
Are you back, Matt? Can you hear us?
Dude,
I'll
yeah.
send you a copy of my I think Matt's actually transcribing my terrible handwriting notes.
Can you confirm this, Matt? Are you doing that?
Oh my god. Dude, wait, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
It's still not
Can
working.
he not hear us?
No. To check your audio output device. Well, he can't hear us, I'm guessing. Just doesn't matter.
Yeah, I think he didn't set up his audio I guess headphons correctly.
Because sometimes your output on your Mac will be like my AirPods, but then Discord will be like, "You want me to send this audio to the Apple TV? So you want me to send this audio to the
alright.
airport station downstairs? What's up?" Oh,
God damn.
it is funny to
I
hear him though.
messaged. I was like, I said, check your audio output in the
Nah, dude,
writers
no, no,
room
no.
chat.
I can hear y'all. It's like coming in and out, but dude, I swear it's like I don't know what's up with my
Oh, we're
connection.
clipping. I
My
see.
internet's been my internet's been crazy lately. I don't know
Oh,
I
why.
see. I see. I see.
that's what's going on. Okay.
It's your Wi-Fi.
Now I have a question about this.
Hit us or me.
Why are you not on a hard line if you're doing this? Like, why are you using Wi-Fi? That's a
Me or
question.
Matt?
Matt.
Oh, Matt usually just calls into like the Discord and I just capture his audio. So usually it's not
Oh
that
yeah,
big
no,
of
no,
an
I
issue. But
yeah.
my guess is he just doesn't have an access point in his room.
Oh, okay.
That is
Well,
my
I don't
guess.
either. I ran an Ethernet cable from my router up the wall, up the ceiling, down the wall, across the room into my router box in my office, and then it goes into another port and then goes into my computer.
I don't want to tell you this if that
I
took a lot
couldn't.
of work, but have you heard of what a power line
Oh,
adapter is?
a what?
A power line adapter? So
No, I don't know what that is.
so imagine two plugs, right? And on each plug is an
Yes.
Ethernet port. And
Yeah.
you plug one end where the room where your router is, and that plugs
Uh-huh.
into the router, and that's the in.
Okay.
And then it adapts
Yeah.
the power line, like the literal power line, to the other port
Uh-huh.
wherever you plug in the other one. And then now you have Ethernet through your walls via the power
But
line
it's
adapters.
but but there's no wire.
The wires go from your let's say I have a router in my studio, but the
Yeah.
modem is in our living room. So I plug in the
Uh-huh.
power line adapter in the living room, connect it to the modem,
Okay.
and then I plug in the other power line adapter in my studio and connect it to my personal router, and now it has Ethernet in through the walls via a power line adapter.
Oh, interesting.
That's how I get
No,
my
okay.
internet in my room. I taught this to
Interesting.
I told this to a woman at Goodwill one time because she was like struggling, and I could see her
Hmm.
shopping at all the routers, and I was looking at her like, 'cause, like I know probably the answer she needs. I'm an IT loser. Like
Yeah, and I don't
it's not my job. I'm
I don't
just
even have a I don't even
obsessed
have a
with it.
second router in my office. It's just a box that
Yeah, or
the
switch. It could literally be anything. You can
it's a
literally,
switch. Yeah, no,
yeah,
it's a switch. Yeah, that's what I have in there. Because I'm running I've got fiber at my house, so I needed to make sure that my gigabyte speed was
yeah. I'm
going to
jealous.
my computer.
I'm so
Oh
jealous.
yeah, no, we're a tech house, so I've
Yeah.
got
And
I've got
I hope you don't find this homophobic, but that's one of the things I'm most jealous of gay men is that they can both be autistic for tech in the exact same way.
oh
And
yeah,
I'm
yeah, yeah,
so jealous of
yeah.
that.
No, I don't take any offense to that at all, bro.
I
Uh,
see it. I see it
no,
sometimes. I'll see like two guys on a date buying Game Boy games, and I'm like, damn,
uh-huh.
that looks
Yep.
awesome. Or like
I
at
am.
Home Depot in the PVC aisle, like, we're trying to make some kind of weird prop, and I'm like, damn, that's beautiful. I have my own
Yep.
things I share with my wife, so it's not like it's not that I'm saying it's better, but it looks awesome. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And so like I had to have internet outside. So I have a waterproof Ethernet, like an outdoor Ethernet cable that's running from my my main modem that goes out the window all the way down to my chicken coop. And then when I'm outside, I plug in my outdoor router. It's just a little piece of shit. Like I paid $20 for this little dinky router, but it's enough to do what I needed to do when I'm outside.
Mm-hmm.
And people were like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Well, when I'm out in my hammock and chilling with my chickens, I need internet because I want to watch TV or play video games while I'm chilling outside. And the only way to do that is to put either a router out there or to, and if I'm playing video games, I have a mini Ethernet um, uh, plug-in that goes into my Mac, and it's just a USB-C that goes into my Mac and plugs into the router. And I'm like, oh, now I can play any video game I want because I can.
Well, I know you're already interested in buying this computer for me, but just to sell it to you more, all those cool indie games that only work on PC,
Okay.
you can install them on your streaming PC and play
Yeah.
them on your Mac via Steam in-home streaming via your amazing series of wires and Ethernet home routing. So now you
Oh,
can,
really?
yeah, you can sit in your hammock on your Mac playing The Witcher 3 that's
Oh,
running
bro.
on your PC in your studio or whatever. And you could just be like, with the controller or with the mouse and keyboards, what you could literally be running Cyberpunk on your PC and just stream it to your Mac, or
Oh, let's go.
you can get like if you're as nerdy as me, you get a Steam Deck and then you literally just fucking jam it right in front of your face and play indie games until you fall asleep on the couch and it hits you in the face because you forgot you were
Oh yeah.
holding it up in front of your
Hey, hey,
face.
hey, hey, my Switch, when before the battery went, I need to get it replaced. Uh, I've done that many, many times, but I also do it with my DS. I fall asleep with it, and it either hits me in the face or it falls down on the floor, and I hear a thud, and I'm just like, what was that? And I look down, I'm like, oh, it's just the Game Boy, and I close the cover and
Go to sleep.
put it and go to sleep. Yep.
You're like,
And
well, that's the sign.
yep. Yep. Is he still having issues? Is he?
He might be just like trying to hear us in pieces.
Oh, okay.
Matt, come in, Matt. I did make this cool little animation for him that's not normally here though.
Oh, I like it though.
I made it last night.
Are you
Okay.
testing Matt?
He's not here, but I made one for Junior also. He's a little Aarakocra.
Oh, I love that.
I
Ah,
Yeah, guys.
He's not here though.
I don't know what's going on, but
Well,
You
can
wanna
you?
you wanna try you wanna try restarting again?
I think I'm okay now.
Hey,
Oh, oh,
he's
good.
here.
Yay.
Also, shout out
I think I'm okay.
Scotty Rotten. Thanks for
Oh,
chatting.
Scotty. Hey, that's one of my my Lego
Nice.
friends.
I'm sorry I didn't catch it earlier, Scotty. I was distracted by our conversation. But yeah, I'm gonna have the chat up right now.
I
Um,
let my peeps know that
Oh no,
I was over here.
hell yeah. Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
dude, Pug.
Well, I think they'd be interested in what we're talking about.
Oh great. Shout out Scotty.
What's up? What's up, Matt?
Yeah, are you here?
Oh,
Are you with us?
dude, yeah. I just want to apologize about everything
Apologize about what?
again.
We're good. We were talking. We were having
Uh,
fun.
no, dude, just for like, I guess, well, like the other day when we were texting, or when you were texting me on Instagram about like everything.
Oh no, you're all good. You're good. We most people never ask like what kind of background I have because they think, oh, he's a photographer. uh you know did has he ever done anything like this, or does he have any like theater experience? No one ever asks me these questions, so it's not your fault. um and then when I tell him, I was like, no, like I was almost done with my degree. Like I did all stage stuff, and I did it through high school and through college, and people then are like, oh, and I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, well, no, dude, like, because a part of the reason why I'm saying, like, I'm apologizing, because part of it kind of is my fault for not, but like at the same time, it's also just because of like the like instant like click dynamic, us bouncing off ideas, like all hardcore. I mean, there's a lot of things that I still even really didn't express to you about like my background and stuff either. So it
Oh yeah,
also
like
just
I would love to hear more yeah, you mentioned you were in grad school and everything, and I was like, oh wow, okay, you're a busy bee.
So I think it was just kind of like on that front, like we clicked, we were shooting the shit, talking about different things, and then I didn't ask. There was also things that I didn't mention about like myself. So
Yeah, and
um,
and I'm on the spectrum, and I
Oh,
forget
this
to
is
ask
moving?
questions. That there's always stuff.
Yes, I do.
Definitely
yeah.
definitely don't
So
feel bad about it.
It's pretty
so
cool.
I
It's like
also
all like
just was like, yeah,
digital
man, like
graphics.
they're um, I try to think, yeah, like I was just trying to think like quick as far as like, who would be doing what or where I think everyone could fit. Because all I remembered from that
Oh, for sure.
conversation, I mean, there was like so much from that conversation, but I just remembered like, you emphasizing, oh, I didn't really do much in film, or I don't have much
Oh
film
yeah,
experience,
and
so.
I've not done much in film. Like all of my stuff that I've done is theater based, but it's super similar. Um, you know, live
Hmm.
stage things and stuff. It's just I've never done the film aspect.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, no, and I try. I mean, and Ray knows, like, I mean, because we've only been working with each other for like a short period of time over like the summer, but like, I think Ray's kind of gotten to know me a lot better in terms of like how I work, or how I also try to um like distribute like work, and like I'm always like double checking with people and stuff, but
Yeah.
like I was all, but then it was just like when you said, "Oh, I'm gonna go put notes down," I was like, "Oh man, let me just get this like deck down," and then it was, so yeah, dude, I was
Yeah.
like, my mind fucking bouncing off the walls with this shit over the last, dude. I've been busy lately,
Hey,
so
hey, I feel you. I like we were chatting earlier, and I was telling him, I was like, I am I'm a very busy person. Uh, you know, basically I'm living on a farm.
Living that
Yeah, yeah.
Stardew life.
Yeah, oh
Stardew
no,
Valley
for
for
sure.
real.
It's real life Stardew Valley. My morning well today I had oral surgery and I didn't wake up as early as I normally do. Like I woke up at 7 instead of like 6:30 and my chickens were mad, man.
Dude, I like glanced at the chat and I didn't know you were the one that had the surgery. I thought Robert was talking about his tooth, and I was like, wait,
Oh
what?
no, 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 no. That was me.
Oh no.
Yeah, I had it was supposed to just be a simple extraction and it ended up being like a 4.5 hour ordeal 'cause yeah, it was a mess.
Is that
Um
me? What is that? The thing under you in the Apple box.
yeah, that's you.
Dude, that's crazy. What?
It's okay. The VTubers always take time.
I'm a VTuber now, or what's up? I always was.
So is Earth your spouse?
I'm
Oh,
I'm
oh,
gonna
I'm
start calling Monte I'm Earth. Wait, are you fucking walkie-talkieing your wife?
Yeah, we have to do it because we kept yelling at each other from upstairs to downstairs. So we
Yeah, no,
had
that's
to.
that's
You,
smart.
Yeah, so she walkies into the
you have a
show.
phone.
Dude, my phone's upstairs. It's always dead, and this is so much faster. Look, I can literally be like, "Baby, tell Matt something."
See,
Okay,
that's
now
why I
she's just
love my
leaving me on
Apple
hold though.
Watch
Now I can hear you.
because I can walkie my husband and be like, "Hey, I need you to do this real quick."
But
Bitch.
usually the issue with the Apple Watch or like our phones, almost like when we're
Back in my
home.
day, all we had was the red Solo cups and a string.
Was the issue is that we're home. So like when once you get home, at least me anyway, like I take my app like I'm not gonna wear an Apple Watch inside my own house, or like I'm not gonna carry my phone like religiously with me. Like sometimes I just zone out.
Oh,
Or I'm like on my computer doing shit. So like I need something loud that's gonna
Just
buzz
fucking
and like
pager instead of walking. That's easier.
hey, I mean, there you go.
no, but now we literally just do this. It's perfect.
Beep beep
Because
beep.
Hey,
That's
she'll like
perfect.
that's great.
turn the light
I'm
on, or like Bestia needs to go get let out, or we'll just mess with
See,
each
I
other.
don't need to carry any more technology around with me because I am like plugged in. Like I have an iPad, a phone, a watch,
He's jealous that he doesn't have a
and
your Picto chat or what?
oh, everybody looks at me like I'm crazy. They're like, "You walk around your house with all that shit," and I'm like, "Mm-hmm." Like
Yeah,
I'm a
he's kitted
walking,
out.
I'm a walking technology person.
Have you ever seen that
And then
character, the
and then
Pouch, who's all pouches?
oh, I've heard of it. I've not seen
He's
it.
really
No.
funny.
But I have, and then my dog has one of those training collars that she wears, so I've got that in my pocket. Yeah, there's too much technology on me.
Junior. Where is Junior?
Junior is being asked of. The DM is requested, but he's not here. This is the
Ah, I
Pouch.
gotcha.
This could be
Oh,
you.
what? Yeah, yeah,
His gun is all
that would be me,
pouches
and
too.
that's fantastic.
I like his face. The face design is really good. That's really
Is
what
that
Yeah,
sells
the
it.
AI?
No, that's
that's
Rob
really
Liefeld.
Damn,
AI.
ChatGPT go crazy.
That's the same Chat GPT algorithm that made Deadpool and Cable and a lot of X-Men characters.
Damn,
okay.
ChatGPT did that? That's crazy.
No, that was Chat RLIFELD. And he can't draw feet. It could do hands, but it can't do feet.
Hey, you're good at one but not the other. I get it.
That was always the
And your
joke
wife
with
was asking about if I had chickens.
yes.
Tell her yes. Yeah.
I will. I already told her we'll talk about it. We already talked about it pre-stream. I hooked you up. I was always
I
thinking
don't.
about her.
we'll
She
chat.
did demand, Matt,
I
that you
don't
say
care
how
about
good her
any.
food is. Admit it.
Dude. Admit- oh my god.
Admit it, Matt.
Dude. Okay, because. oh my god. Fucking Ray was like. Because I think one time, the last stream, or at some, I don't even know when this happened, at some point a couple weeks ago, I asked Ray, like, dude, what would you have as, like, your last meal or whatever? And then you were like, probably Monza's cheesecake, and I'm like, nah, you're just saying that because she's your fiance. And then Ray's like,
Mm.
no, like, genuinely, like,
It's the best
I
food.
would, like, it's the best cheesecake ever. I'm like, all right, Ray, whatever.
Y'all are
He was like, no,
Y'all
what
are-
about Leica cheesecake? He was like naming these places, and I'm like, Matt, you don't get it. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not as good.
And I will say, although I did not have her cheesecake,
And she just made one for her nephew. That was.
and
I ate some of it. Hers.
now I'm ve-
I
now
will
I'm very
say,
hungry for cheesecake.
even though I was also very under the influence, her food is bussin' on God.
See,
Mm.
she
No
Mm.
cap.
she likes to make it seem like, oh, a culinary school, like, oh, I just learned these things. Like, nah, she had a talent since we met. Before she went to school or anything, just being an engineer in Mexico, she could make some of the most.
I'll say it
amazing-
louder.
Tell Matt that he can explain more about how much he loved my food.
I'm trying to explain how much I love your food. Let me finish.
I will say it again. Your food was bussin' on God. No cap.
Okay.
I've been eating nothing but like soups and like that kind of stuff for the last couple of days. So talking about food is like I would love to eat me some cheesecake and some really tasty food right now. I'd also like to have a bowl, but I can't do that for 3 weeks, which sucks
I'm
ass
sorry.
so hard.
My God.
I feel bad
no.
just being my life
They
now.
told me they told me no, like no weed smoking because they know I do.
Yeah, they're like, just eat
They
it.
were like they were like no, don't do it because if you come in with dry socket, we're gonna be very
Bad.
upset.
Yeah, it's a bad sitch.
Yep.
Well, that's. I hate when doctors are right, because you want to be
Oh,
like,
of course.
nah, but you're like, all right, fine, that's a good excuse. That's a good, not even excuse. Like that's makes sense. But fuck it. man.
Yeah.
I don't want to.
Yeah.
I don't want. I'm not happy about it. I'll do it, but I'm not happy about it.
Did y'all wanna chat about this?
I was
this
about.
project?
Yeah, I was
'Cause
about to say
I
that
know
was
we
some
were
fun.
I know we were tangenting.
Now that Matt is
but
finally coherent, we can get started.
yeah, because I have a I
I want to keep you up.
Oh well, it's yeah, because I'm still recovering, but I do want to talk about it though for sure.
So, you guys kind of want to like set up how y'all met at the event and everything, and go from there.
Oh
or?
sure. Do you want me to start or it doesn't matter?
I'll let you talk, Puck, since I do talk. on this shit quite frequently.
Well, we can just bounce. We can just bounce because it seems like we have we all seem to vibe really well. So it's good. Well, the project idea started a few months ago when I met the Chrome Cowboy Robert, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and
Damn,
it
you like forgot his name already? That's
I
crazy.
was I was I was making
You had
sure I
one
didn't
drink.
forget his name. Well, I really wanted
Jack
another
with
one.
that.
I really wanted another one too. But
Hey,
it was late. It was late. If we had been there earlier, I would have had like two or three.
also
Um,
knowing Robert, he says, "Hi, my name's Rob," and then he's been talking to you for half an hour after that. So it's like, wait, what was his name
yes,
again? So
yes,
I have
yes.
also
Very
met
very true.
Robert, and this also happened to me. So don't feel bad.
Wait, what happened to you?
I'm just saying,
Wait.
like, you meet him, but then he's so like
I
you just
just
start
took off
talking.
my headphones and scratched my head real quick, and all I heard was, "Yeah, that happened to me too."
No, like when you meet Robert, he's so like cordial. He'll start talking to you so quickly about like what you're into and the stuff you like that he'll be like, "Hi, my name is Robert." But then you spend the next like half hour being like, "So then Sony cameras are really good at this, but then Fuji cameras." Like he's so good at getting you to talk about the shit that you're
Yes,
into that you're like, "Wait, what the fuck was his
yes.
name again?" I know what he looks like, obviously, but like it's Robert, right? I forgot. That was like 2 hours ago. We've been talking for two
Yeah.
hours.
Yeah, so that first event we went to, I think me and him chatted for like 5.5 hours. We stood in like a corner and just we vibed. Um and he's like, well, I'll be back and forth, and he ended up not going back and forth. He was just kind of dragging me along while he was doing stuff. Um it was great. It was absolutely great. But we went outside right at the end of the event. Um and what happened is we were doing a shoot with the Chrome Cowboy, and I sparked an idea. It was like, what do y'all think of a western-ish Wizard of Oz, but very like acid trippy, kind of surreal, very, out there kind of deal. Um, and he was like, "Ooh, that would be a really cool photo shoot." And I was like, "Yeah, I know, right?" So fast forward to this past weekend, um, and he was like, "Well, why don't we do a short, like a short film?" And even Tomas was like, "Well, if your if your short does really well, you could always do like a feature, like a like an indie film feature." And I was like, well,
Mm-hmm.
that would be dope as fuck to to have an idea like that actually do like a full length like feature. That'd be amazing. Um, I had never even thought of it. Like, they'd both mentioned, they were like, you would be really good at this, and I was like, okay. So then fast forward to the end of the evening, where where I met Matt, and we started talking, and I think Robert, right? Robert was the one that came up to you and asked you if you wanted to be interested in the project, right?
Dude, not even, not even like that. It was like I was just talking to somebody like adjacent to y'all, and I don't even know. I think this, like, Robert had like briefly introduced us, and
Oh,
then
listen,
all of
because
us.
you wanted to see my Polaroids, because he ended up buying two of my originals. Um, I was so stoned, by the way.
Oh my
I had just
god!
I had just gone to my car and hit my one hitter, and I was like, all right, let's do this.
I'll smoke a bowl
Dude,
for that.
yeah, like he like briefly introduced me, and then adjacently, like talking to this other group of people, and then next thing you know, Robert just like calls me out, and then like asks me about how would we do this, like
Yeah.
this shot or whatever, and then
The
I'm
gun
just
the
like,
gunshot shot that I want to do for
oh
going from
yes,
black and white to color.
I want
Yeah.
to hear
yeah,
this.
and so then I
What?
was, and then as soon as he just like asked me, I was like, well, yeah, you would just do like a match cut and then just do two different like color palettes, like color
Yeah.
for the film, like, and then it, and then I'm like explaining all this stuff, but then I'm like, wait, what the fuck am I, or what are like, wait, what am I explaining? Like, um, and then that's when y'all tell me about the idea,
Yeah.
and then I'm like, oh, okay, like, so then, but it's like the end of the night, so, like, I'm like, yeah, we were just all talking, and then Puck and I are like asking Robert if he needs help. We're like cleaning up and everything, and then I'm like skimming through his photos, and then I see that photo of the Chrome Cowboy, and then, well, actually, that was the second one I caught.
Yeah.
I originally saw the green Polaroid.
Yeah, the
Uh,
Day of the Dead one.
yeah, the Day of the Dead, and I was like, yeah, dude, I'll get that. And then as soon as I saw Robert in the wild, I was like, dude, the Chrome Cowboy caught on film. Like, I need that.
Yeah.
um,
That was a good one too, because the way I did that one, I legit was like, I kind of want to blend him into this chrome background too, like make him like he's there but not there. I that was a good shot. I'm glad it went to a good home. Um, yeah, no, this project was I was sitting. Me and Robert had talked about it that last time, and I was sitting at home, and I was like, okay, well, what can we do for a photo shoot? And was jotting ideas down, and then when he mentioned before we even talked to you, like he mentioned, oh, we could do a short, and Tomas was like, well, yeah, if the short does well, we could do a full film out of it. And I was like, oh, this is turning into a much bigger project than I was originally thinking. Like I was thinking,
Welcome to the black hole of people who know us.
oh yeah. I was like, oh, well, I guess I'm gonna be extremely busy this year. Um, yeah, that's not even the shot that he bought. That I don't even think that was in my. I don't even think that shot was in my album.
yeah,
Uh,
you told me that the one that I got was the only one. Like that, there's
yeah,
no
I know.
copies. It's the only
Well,
one.
I mean, I have like, so all of my shots I make digital copies of for
Oh, right, for your
my
reference.
use.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's no like other hard copy. But I don't think
Right.
this shot that he's looking at right now was in the album. Go back to my page, and I think no, we're looking for the one
Tell
up
me
against a
which one it
metal.
is, and I'll find it and
It's up
copy
against
it.
a metal. It's up to a metal like background. It's like a tin wall. He's crouching down on the ground. Um,
Okay, I'll look for it.
But yeah, like, and I was never a part of like, that's the first time I'm hearing about, like, even Tomas chiming in and stuff like that. Like, I wasn't a part of those conversations, but then I just remembered, like, once Robert jumped in and, like, asked me, and then I started talking about how, like, you would execute these things and stuff, and then Robert, per usual, like, I'm I'm like, wait, what am I even talking to y'all about? Or like, what are y'all trying to do? Like, and then Robert's like, dude, see, like, Mad Cinematic, like, dude, like, he knows his shit, or like, just like hyping me up, and I'm like, damn, like, um, and then yeah, dude, we're Robert wraps up and we're hanging out, just
That
talking
was a really
different.
good one. Here, let me go to my page and I'll send you the link. Hold on.
Yeah, sorry, I have to use multiple browsers.
Oh, it's okay. I'm gonna fix that in just a second. Oh.
Yeah, we just start talking different ideas, and then Puck, Robert, and I just went to the bar to just talk more about this, and I mean, it sort of just kind of also felt like
Maybe I didn't post it. No, I didn't
Yeah,
even
I don't think
post
you.
it yet.
That's these are the only 3 of the.
Yeah, it's fine. I'll send you.
oh, those are the only 3 that you posted on your page.
Yeah, I haven't even posted that one on my page. I'm gonna have to do that because that was a
Oh
good
wow.
shot. Hang on, I'll open my Lightroom and copy it to you here in a second. Hold on.
So
But yeah, continue. Yeah, we went for drinks. Um,
Yeah, we went for drinks and then we just talked about it further, and then you know, sort of just kind of understanding, Puck wanting to do like the modern Western intersection with like psychedelic Americana type.
yeah, with a little bit of some Carl Jung like metaphysical mindfuck, basically. Um,
So
which
yeah,
Robert loved. He was like, ooh, we could really mess around with that. And I've just been like jotting notes down and everything for like ideas and such, and um, I think it's gonna be a fun project. Um, I just want very trippy, very surreal. Um, like a good example would be while I'm looking through my Lightroom, which is just a mass of photos. I have so many photos in here. Um,
yeah, we were talking about a lot of just different like ideas, things that we think we want to watch to get inspiration just based off the concept. And I
yeah.
think one of the things that I felt like, because yeah, there was so much that we didn't talk about. Like this is our second time only ever like talking and hanging out. So like,
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
still meeting and learning and understanding each other. But like one of the things that I guess I kind of also led in the conversation was just kind of like, well, how does everybody want to like what does everybody want to like do like in terms of like roles, or like how do we want to like
that
go
old chestnut.
forward, like
Yeah.
and because Robert mentioned Tomas, and Robert's always talked to me about him and Beyond the Canvas, but like when he was mentioning that, I was like, well, what does that mean? Like, I don't. Does that
Well,
mean you want
Tomas
him
would.
to?
I think
Yeah,
Tomas would help us crowdfund.
Ooh.
yeah. But I'm just explaining like what that conversation was, because up until that night, I had never met him, or I don't have like a relationship with him or anything. So
Right,
like,
right, right.
I just it was my first time meeting you, so then it's like I didn't really want to step on any like toes, or like feel like
Oh,
oh,
for
like we're
sure.
talking about it, and now it's like I know it's like I expressed like I want to direct more, and I'm going, and I didn't say I was going to school for writing, but I was like, well, I'm a writer and I do this, and then Robert wants to produce more, and but he's also acting, so then I'm like, well, if you're the Chrome Cowboy, like then we would need somebody to be like a producer, or like to something like that, and then
Yeah.
when you were talking about your vision and stuff, it's like, well, art, right? So it's like, all right, and then just based off of that, I started just kind of putting this rough together, and all the notes and kind of ideas that were bouncing off, like Puck roughly wrote them to the paper, and then I just transcribed what he did, and then I put together just
I
what I
have more notes
thought
but I'm
would
working on, by the way.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So yeah, it's just something we'll continue to add then, right? So it's like
Yeah,
we're
I'll
still.
have more notes for Sunday when we powwow on Sunday.
Yeah.
Um,
I hate to make you
But yeah,
jealous, but I'm literally having that meeting right before D&D.
oh shit.
wait, what?
I said not to make y'all jealous, but I'm literally having our meeting right before D&D.
Oh, are you joining us on Sunday?
Yes, I will.
Oh, very good.
I will be
Awesome.
there.
Um, yeah. Oh, well,
Uh,
we can chat about the D&D thing too then. Um,
but yeah, dude. I mean, this is just kind of where we're at. I just sort of. I mean, not to add more to my plate, but I was just
but
really, really
Well,
interested.
yeah, I guess this
you're
is.
Um,
very intrigued. You're very intrigued by what I can't find this image. I'll send it to you later. I got a
Yeah, no,
meeting.
it's okay.
Um,
So because I'm guessing, Matt, I hope I'm not putting words into your mouth or ideas into your head, but because you posted it and are doing this on the sincere account, that you would hope that me and you would basically direct this project or sort of drive it in that way. I don't know how else to put it, but what are you thinking?
yeah. So I started, and with the what I put onto the dot and just kind of like what I was thinking, even though you weren't there.
hey,
Um,
no. Oh, there, my dog's being a little, but
Are you good? It's
oh.
not picking up.
um, yeah, I had originally put the positions almost like in a reverse way, even though, and that's only because, again, this is the second time only Puck and I've ever like interacted and like are getting to still know each
yeah,
other. But the only thing that I remember just how he emphasized was that I don't have much film experience.
Hmm.
So then I started thinking, well,
which is true.
who are the people that I know that have done art in film, or have like done these other like above the line kind of like positions. So then I kind of framed it in that way where it's like I originally imagined um Jamie doing like production design since, they've also done like,
Oh, here it is.
set on like different shorts and like, different
I'll pop this
projects
in
up in
Discord.
school. And then I was kind of going down the line of like, you doing art direction and then Puck co-assisting you as like assistant art director to like, because you would basically, I imagine, like you want to do set, you want to do
There you go. I
props.
sent it to the chat. That image for you.
Great.
Sorry to interrupt.
No,
Um,
go ahead.
no, it's okay. Stuff like that. But then when Pug clarified to me just about his background and like production design and theater and everything that he was doing with stuff like that in high school and college, I'm like, well, that literally changes everything now. Now, yeah, that's the one that I got, the hard
Yeah, yeah,
copy.
Ooh, that's the
Uh,
Matt exclusive, real life,
yeah,
physical one of
yeah,
one.
yeah. That hopefully that'll be worth a whole bunch of money someday.
It will
he's
be.
like a shiny Pokemon I caught in the
He's
wild.
literally a shiny. He's a Bisharp. He's a cowboy Bisharp.
Yes, that's a good one. That would be a good one for him.
I love Pokemon.
um, and so yeah, now just like knowing Pug's background and like production and everything, and also just like his artistic vision and it being also like like his concept, um, it would go reverse now where Pug would be lead with production design, and we're also like all writing. Like me, him, and Robert are writing it.
Yeah,
I
because
also feel
I
like
can't do that by
him.
myself.
Yeah, yeah.
I have ideas and things where I want it to go. Like I for sure like Robert pointed out, like for sure like I was lead on like the main idea and how like kind of where I wanted it to go, but writing it by myself would be a, a I do write, like I am a novelist, but it would take me this would take me forever to do by myself.
Yeah, so we're all co-writing it. Robert's also talent, but since he wants to produce and he wants to be involved with the production, but I don't. The reason why, and I'm like, I feel like if he's gonna do this, yes, he's gonna obviously be involved, but that's also a lot to do. So I'm like,
It is a
okay,
lot to do.
like you can associate produce, be a part of it, but like once we're there, like once we get there, like I just want you to focus on like
Cowboy.
your yeah, like you are the
Yeah.
cowboy, like you're doing that. So then he recommended McKenna to me, who I still never met. We connected on Instagram a while ago because I know Robert shared stuff, and I like, would follow like different filmmakers or people he would promote to, and she was one of them on like a project. I had just never reached out. We connected. She followed me. I followed her. And then when he mentioned her, I remember like, oh yeah, I remember like, you shared something from her and that, she's done some projects. She's still in college. She's really into producing. And I'm like, well, yeah, so let's get
Do you want
somebody like producing. But then with art, I just figured, with this being Puck's original concept, he would lead in production design. And then, production designer is the head of art. So
yeah, 'cause
I
it's
sort
a
of
it's a team.
imagine,
It's a team because I can't do that by myself either.
yeah. So you're the head of art, but then Ray would fall under as art director, which means he would apply everything to execute your vision.
Yeah,
And then
to
Jamie
do
would
sets
be,
and all that kind of stuff.
yeah, and then Jamie would be assistant art director, but then we could even get like extra art people to be set dresser and just like art
Yeah,
PA to do that. So then y'all would all like work together under Puck. And the only reason why I put you there as art director, Ray, was also just because I know, and I mean, I also let me know if anything's changed, but like, I mean, you also told me you want to lead and focus on set design and props and things like that still, but I also didn't want to limit you to that. I just thought, well, how could I best like utilize you for this? But what are your thoughts, I guess, on being an art director for something like this, even though we haven't gone down the line to like more talk about the idea?
Uh, I'm well. I guess it's also a question of what we're doing, because if I'm gonna do the art, I imagine I'm also gonna do the effects, or no, or because I feel like if I'm gonna do the art and there's gonna be a super psychedelic tone, that really suits what I'm capable of and the stuff I like to do.
oh no, like 100%. Like if you can imagine like surrealism with psychedelic art, that it's 100% that. I don't think I've sent you Matt yet what kind of Glinda's dress looks like. I found it online and I was like, this is like exactly what I was thinking. But it's like a vinyl shiny um pink dress with like a long neck on it, and it's very like psychedelic, kind of like you would see like at a like an art like a psychedelic festival, like a EDM festival.
Mm-hmm.
um uh but if you here, I can actually just explain like the opening,
Yeah.
my thoughts on the opening. So think Rocky Horror, black background, right, with just the red lips, right?
Mm-hmm.
Substitute, instead of the red lips, you substitute um like the wizard. So green face, I'm thinking um gold painted hair, like spray painted or powdered, or however we want to get the gold texture in, right?
Mm-hmm. A
And
wig,
then
probably,
yeah, you could go that way. You could do a wig,
because then we can just
for
spray
sure.
spray paint it and go full bore
Paint the wig,
gold.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That would work then. But so gold hair, green face. Face goes from the far away. So when you're panning a shot, so it's a far away up to a close up of his face. If I'm explaining that correctly.
Mhm.
So you're going from an out view to a close up, and the person would be in all black to blend in with the black background all the way up to his neck, so you just see the face and the hair. Um, and then if you're thinking of like Wizard of Oz, I'm thinking confetti versus fire, but if you guys want to use fire, that's okay too. But I was thinking of confetti shots for the fire, so three like of gold confetti. Because if you shoot that, you can add that in post. Like Matt, we were talking about with Matt, we were like, we could shoot,
Mm-hmm.
we could shoot the gold
I could do it in
confetti
3D.
or
You know
fire
what I mean? I
or
could, yeah.
or 3D, yeah.
So
Whichever
We,
works.
which we did just talk about it, but I do feel like just based off of like having the conversation with Puck originally and stuff, and just like also seeing it in my head, it all feels very practical. Like,
See,
okay.
I'm a very practical. I'm old school. I love digital.
How do you
I
feel
do,
about
but
this is something I like to play with when I want to make something digital look real. If we were to make digital assets and then use projectors to make them diegetic to the lighting of the scene. So instead
ooh,
of,
okay,
you know what I mean? So I could pre-render a
yeah,
bunch
yeah.
of gold sparkles and then we're projecting that onto actors so their faces are lighting up with these like super dynamic images and render, and
Hmm.
we're stacking projectors so we're getting like layers and stuff. And I do a
oh
lot
wait,
of,
wait, wait.
Okay.
I don't want to interrupt, but I love where this is going. I do say before we continue to go down the rabbit hole of
I,
ideas.
I'm noting this. Hold on. I'm
Yes.
gonna. I'm writing a. I'm writing a note
that's just a
on
little
my.
Yeah,
taste of the
because
kind of effects kind of stuff I
yeah,
come up with. I'll put
because
a I'll put
we
a
go.
zip on it until you're done pitching,
Yeah.
but that's just a little.
You're
I want to
right.
hit you with at least one
Just a second.
creepy
Oh
for
my
sale
god.
problem solving at its
I'm
finest.
doing.
Because
I'm
once
doing a
once
note
we
here.
once we start going, I feel like we don't stop. But I need
Um,
to put a stopping point. Because I know we're all. I mean, shit, dude. Me, Puck, and Robert literally did this shit on Saturday. We were
um.
just.
Okay. I'm noting. I'm noting this. Your act. You go by. What do you go by?
Me, I go by creepy for sale, or you can just call me Ray.
Creepy. Okay.
Yeah,
So we're
whatever.
gonna do. I'm just gonna put creepy here. Creepy said. You said
I
three,
said, hey,
like
hey, hey,
three,
time out.
like 3D, like 3D
Using 3D assets, but using a projector to project them as
assets
opposed to just layering them in
with
post so that they're diegetic to the performance and stuff.
projection
I said, hey,
for
stop that shit.
sparkle, gold effect for wizard flames. We'll call it. Okay, that's been noted on my jumbled mess of notes. And I apologize, Matt, for my absolutely atrocious handwriting.
Oh my god, no, it's okay, it's okay.
It,
I think
it is
I
so.
think I was able to okay. Once we roll through the treatment, we'll see if I transcribed it correctly.
It is so bad. I so I went to and some background there. I went to an all digital high school, and we weren't allowed pen and paper or any of that stuff, so it's all typed. And when digital pens started coming out and I could journal and note in like digital form, um, I have chicken scratch. It's so bad. Um, we didn't even, so we have this Untitled Wizard of Oz project, and I was playing around with sorry, I jumped with like uh name title ideas, and
Mm-hmm.
this Dorothy's psyche kind of clicked. But we can talk about that when we workshop and everything. Um,
Huh.
I was like because Robert had said, what if each character represented a different part of Dorothy's psyche? So I kind of went off on that with
Ooh.
how I was
God damn it.
going
Ugh, biting my tongue. I
through
need to get some paper so I can write down my
characters.
notes.
Okay, guys, wait.
Who's writing notes?
Before,
Who's
before,
writing notes?
before we go down this rabbit hole,
I'm not saying anything, Matt.
let's.
I'm writing it down for myself.
Before we go
I
down
didn't
this
say
rabbit
anything.
hole,
I'm writing it down for
let's
myself.
let's go to the next slide.
I didn't say anything.
Oh, did he put
Okay.
did he put a slide together?
Yeah,
This
he
is
did a
my
pitch
slide
deck.
deck. This is my pitch deck that I put together. Yeah, it's all on the Google Drive.
Oh,
You have access to it right now, Puck. If you wanna pull it up.
Me and Matt can only communicate in pitch decks now. We're not.
Yeah.
We're unable to communicate as normal humans. We have become
Oh,
one
I've got
with
the-
production. We are
Oh my
solely
gosh.
beings of production.
I've got the screen up that he's showing. I can see the slide, so I don't know.
Okay.
I'll have to pull it up.
Yeah, I got it right
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, so I'm looking at it on my end, but basically, so yeah, I mean, I went ahead and jumped the gun, and I was like, you know what? I think Ray's gonna really fucking love this idea, but whether he's involved with it or not, we decided, Sincere's still gonna be just like where we post our projects and stuff like that. So I was like, this would be cool to just kind of pilot, be a part of what we started, what we're doing. I mean, technically, even though Sincere started after Myths or like during Myths, Myths is pretty much our first like Sincere stuff
Mm-hmm.
that we've done, which I consider that a part of what this is. But yeah, I jumped the gun, posted it. Like I got like 3 or 4 emails, people
Which I
interested.
was so surprised how quickly that happened.
It shouldn't be.
I was like,
Matt, that's Matt's
people
superpower.
actually like people. Well, it was more of I was like, oh, people actually like the idea that I came up with. I was like, this is interesting.
I mean, this isn't an idea. This is just some praise. So don't get scared, Matt. But just looking at your photos and hearing you talk about it, like my imagination doesn't need any help already seeing something. Do you know what I mean? Like I can already picture a lot of what you're describing, and it's a really, really compelling idea. So I think that like you should feel very proud of like this is pretty cool, and I think a lot of people are going to want to get involved. And you're not wrong, man. I want to do stuff. I can't help myself.
Yeah.
I don't know why you act like I can't.
Before we're talking about potential crew, Matt, did you look at the lady's page that I sent you? Because she would be totally down to do the behind the scenes photography. I've known her now almost 8 years, I think, somewhere around there, 7 8 years.
Yeah, no, I didn't get the chance to look at her stuff. I mean, I feel
But
like
she's an
when
amazing photographer.
yeah, no, and that's great. I feel like when like with everything that we've done, like I've just kind of shifted between BTS and stuff, but I also know like in terms of like, yes, I mean, we're gonna have to solidify the date like later, you know what I mean? But like in terms of like
Yeah, yeah.
scheduling and stuff like that, like we just gotta shift and see like who's available for what.
Yeah,
Like
that will. But I know that she totally would be down, and she's she's a professional you know like uh, photographer for weddings and headshots and portraits, and she does everything, sports, you name it.
Okay, so then you think she would be interested in doing that like for behind the scenes like on set?
I already asked her. She said she loves to do behind the scenes photography work.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay. Well then, yeah. I mean, yeah, that
I
would
just
that would
wanted
be cool. Just
I
to,
wanted it to run by people before I like said, "Oh yeah." But yeah, no, she totally would be down. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, we're already planning it far ahead in advance, but yeah, it's because I feel like right with everything that I'm doing now, like it was always hard to try to get somebody to do BTS, but now I feel like
This would be really easy to get her to do it. We just have to give her a date and time and that kind of stuff.
yeah, no, that's good. That's good. Yeah, I feel like now more people I think have been well, because again, I know this is like the only second time we've like talked puck, but I feel like the myths monsters is really is an interesting dynamic that we have.
Yeah.
Like people that know like my work, people that know like the work that like Ray's started and continued to do over this last year, following kind of like in his rabbit hole, plus Cat's Pajamas and like Narna, all these other people that we've just kind of like accumulated and like kind of built this like fucking crazy ass lore with each other. I feel like
Hey,
a lot more people kind
I
of
was
see the
peeking.
vision, and because yeah, it's like just it's interesting now because now I think more people are just like, oh, I don't know what the fuck this is, but Matt or Ray or whoever's involved or like who's doing this, like so it's interesting. It's interesting. But no, I will say yes. Let's keep her on the on for BTS, and
awesome. Okay.
everybody's gonna. I'd say the more hands, the better. Whoever wants to be on it, if I can
Yeah,
designate
for
them in
sure.
some other type of way, like we'll do it, right? Um, but yes, that's to say that with everything that's going on, like I literally had some people say like I really don't know what you're doing, but the anonymous post like really just made me interested, so I'm down. Or like I don't
And
know what the
and
fuck's going on,
and
but
and talking about like the anonymous post, my friend saw it and he was like, if you need someone to do like the poster for it, let me know because he's a draw he does art like digital artistry. Um, I was like, yeah, I'll talk to some peeps. We can chat and figure that out later. Um,
yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, I just felt yeah, like with everything that I had kind of got like gauged from you and was hearing Robert and just knowing like the people that I know and the people that I've continued to like work with or like have
yeah.
good working relationships with, I was like this would kind of be I think kind of like my dream team for sure. In a
Okay.
way, because there are still some people that are missing from this list or that I just didn't get to fully put on. But like,
Yeah.
above the line, obviously, like I've never worked with McKenna, um, and I'm sort of just taking Robert's word on this,
Okay.
and I think just based off of my me like seeing her work briefly like on her website and just like
Yeah.
how much more she's like involved and like Robert like advocating, I feel like I trust her to be on for producer. Like I know she
Ooh.
hasn't
Okay.
met us, but like that's where his mind went when I was like who would be good for producer, and he mentioned McKenna.
Yeah.
So I listed her with above the line with me, you, Robert being writers, me taking lead with direction, you being lead in art with production design, and then
Yeah.
Robert still being on with associate producing and involved with the production process to a degree, but then him just focusing in on his acting with talent.
Yeah.
Below the line, you never met Rigo. I don't know if you've heard of Vea Cultura or like Oculto, but he's the
No.
one
No.
that's
No.
okay. So Rigo, him and I met through mutual that both of us knew. I
Okay.
met him, my friend Josh, one of my best friends from UNT. I recruited him. So in okay, like a little bit of backstory with me. Also, to Puck was that I was the vice president for our National Cinematic Society at UNT when I was in college.
Oh, let's go. Okay.
So I was like really involved with like leadership
Is he
and
reading a magazine?
Yeah, I was trying
yeah.
to
So
do it
that's
on
a cool.
purpose. It was the one that he's talking
Let's
about.
go.
Yeah.
I was doing
So
an
that's
ad.
Oculto. That's the magazine. We actually fucking hate them,
Okay.
by the way.
Yeah, fuck these
Oh,
guys.
okay.
No, just kidding. um,
Wait, where's my
but
button?
but yeah, my friend Josh, I recruited him into our cinematic society my senior year after he transferred to UNT, and then we actually found out, oh, we're both from San Antonio. He went to film through the film program here at Northwest Vista and transferred to UNT when I was there in school, and then we also found out we lived down the street from each other.
That's
But like
hilarious.
never knew each other here in San Antonio. And then Josh, before he moved to Chicago after he graduated in 2021, he had like a little powwow for the holidays, and that's how I met Rigo, who he knew Rigo from Northwest Vista days, and Rigo is a filmmaker, cinematographer here. He's done a lot of different. He's had his hands in a lot of different projects. He helped
Okay.
me shoot a music video back in 2023 for a band called Inoha here in San Antonio. He also helped me do the 48-hour film that we did in 2023.
Oh, that you were telling me about.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, and so Rigo and I, even though we've, haven't worked on anything together since then, like, him and I had a pretty good working relationship with like those projects. So I like my mind with camera went immediately to like Rigo Baylor as well. He's another cinematographer I met during this time when we formed our other group, Foresight, which is another like film visual media artist group that we had in 2023.
Okay.
So Rigo Baylor, my friend Jonathan Ray Marvel, he's a photographer. He's also a musician who was leading this band project for a couple years called Kayfabe. Um, I know he's doing. I think he's like trying to get back into music, but he's also a really good photographer. And I just figured, well, him and my friend Stefani, who I listed for lighting, who Ray briefly met on our last set for our web
I
series.
knew her already,
Yeah.
actually.
Oh well, yeah, you already, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So you already knew her. Um, yeah, they met, and Steph and John are dating. So I'm like, it would be really cool to like have them also help, and they work in two different departments because they're both photographers. Steph is also just like a beast with like lighting. So, and she actually said yes. She said she would be our gaffer for the project. So I was like, okay, cool.
Oh, that's
Um,
awesome.
yeah, and if you notice that I put asterisk next to everybody that I'm not sure that hasn't confirmed, this was just like me putting stuff down. Um, so yeah, Jonathan, amazing photographer. Leia, haven't met her, but I've been recommended her for some projects. She's also another photographer here based in San Antonio, so I figured, if she could be on camera team, being
Okay.
assistant camera with camera team, that would be really cool. I listed Ray as art director. Jamie as assistant art director, and then Omar was another lead with the Foresight project. I listed him as graphic artist because he's a great producer, but he does not want to produce. He does not want to produce, unfortunately, and he does graphic design for like a living,
I gotcha.
and
Okay.
yeah, and so I listed him as graphic. He said if I need credit designs
Ooh.
or
Okay.
poster design, or
Yeah.
he's
If you
also
have someone already, that's great. Like that'd be
yeah,
fantastic.
he's also a projectionist. So
Okay.
he has a lot of skill set as like an artist technician. So I just wanted to list him here in case,
Because then
if he
because
wants.
if he wants to, then me and him could chat about like poster design
Yeah,
for
so
sure.
that's kind of where I had him in mind already was like,
Okay,
oh,
cool.
like Omar, I just had a conversation with him, he wants to do more stuff with like, yeah, poster, graphic, design, like credits. So I'm like, okay, cool. Like that's kind of where
That
I
works.
kept
That
him
works.
in
That
mind.
works. That works for me.
Um, Jess, she does like her like upcycle clothing. She
Okay.
does fashion. She's a writer, an educator. She's a lot of stuff. I've known her for a couple years already. I met her like at the beginning of my videography journey, doing like stuff for bands back in like 2021, 22. She was our wardrobe for my music video. She did a little bit of like wardrobe and props on like some other stuff later,
Okay.
and she's a great sourcer, like shopper, and
Which
I'm
is
like,
great.
yeah, I'm like, if I could get Jess to do that for this, I think, I mean, especially I think with the direction we're going, like, I
Yeah.
could see it being challenging in some ways, but I also feel like she would just be someone that's like good with that because she finds like wicked shit like all the time.
That's fantastic. Yeah, and like when I was looking at like for example like Glinda's dress, like I was hunting and I was like, "Oh, okay, well, I found something that was like $40." I was like, that's not bad, but then if someone can like thrift it or make it, that's even better.
Yeah, and she has skills in that too. I don't know. I mean, I do know some like costume techs that have been out of the game for a minute, but there's also like potentially that possibility. I just didn't get there yet
Very
because I was
cool.
like, oh, if we could source it, then sure, but we'll cross that line when we get there.
Yeah, for
um,
sure.
and sound, Julian, I figured he could be our sound supervisor. Kayleen, she was a student that I networked with at Northwest Vista that does sound mixing.
Okay.
She also wants to be like involved with camera. Um, I'm not really sure what more she's doing now. I know she kind of assists like in all sort of things, but she does have professional sound boom,
Okay.
like mixing gear for film and stuff like
Hey,
that.
that's good.
So I'm like,
Oh, on the subject of sound, I went and I ordered a Thurman.
oh shit.
Yeah.
Dude, okay. Fuck yeah.
No, I was
No,
like,
that
I was
that's
like,
great.
I was like, I was like, I really was thinking like, we were talking about like acidy and psychedelic and I was like, we have to have a Thurman in there, and if we can source an omnichord, like if I can get my hands on an omnichord too, and then find someone that wants to play it, like I'm totally down.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, no, that's great. That's good. Um, yeah, let's see. Yeah, so Kayleen, I know she does sound mixing and she also booms, but I'm like, I don't know, maybe it would be good to have boom operator too. Like I know Diego, he does the same thing. He does professional sets and stuff, so I don't know what his availability looks like, but I feel like he's doing more sound mixing boom operation nowadays.
Okay.
He's the drummer in Mary Maria, which is another local band. But he's also a professional like musician. Like he went to school for like
Oh, let's
music
go.
and
So,
stuff too. So he's
so
like,
we could
yeah,
we
no,
could if we can get him on the project, then we can talk about um, using the Thurman and the omnichord to, you get some music with this.
yeah. So it's interesting because I mean, in this project already, there's already like multiple like musicians intersecting with different departments already.
Yeah.
like like me and
Like
my
I have
background in music, Ray's
like
background.
you're gonna laugh. So mm, on top of my theater, you know, my theater stuff.
Oh shit, he's
I
here.
did also go and go lay down. Sorry, my dog's being a snot. Um, I did also. So when I said I never finished my theater degree because I had a major mental health crisis. Um, when I did go back to school, I went back and I started a music degree. Um, but in woodwind instruments. So
Wow,
yeah,
interesting, dude. That's crazy.
I play recorder. I play some really odd other really odd woodwind instruments.
Uh huh.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. No. I mean, there's definitely a lot of intersection with musicians on this project. So that's really cool to hear too.
So
Like with your background.
finding someone
Me too.
to play, play some
Kinda.
psychedelic instruments
Me too.
shouldn't be too difficult.
Yeah. What's up, Junior?
I know the Eric Croca is here.
Hello.
Do you like the
Hello.
character I made for you?
I love it.
You should
I'm-
make this a
I'm
guy
Puck.
in our campaign.
We've not met yet.
Yes, Junior.
Oh,
This is Puck Junior. This is the
Hello.
Dungeon Master Extraordinaire.
Yeah, I was like I would love to play some D&D with y'all sometime. I've not played in a long time, so I'm very rusty, but I've got dice that's just been sitting for a hot minute.
Oh. Oh, really? Oh, shit. Hell yeah.
I'm down for learning again and playing again, so yeah.
Yeah, we have a game this
Yeah,
Sunday.
that's what he was saying.
Mhm.
I was trying to
Yeah,
be
man.
vague because it's not my game to ward. It's his.
Oh.
I'm a mere creepy wizard who kills kids. Okay,
Yeah, he killed a kid.
I'm the worst. I'm the worst player in his world. I'm the worst
As you
person in
should
his
in
world.
D&D.
I
It's
don't
so
think
great.
I don't know if Sunday would work this week because I think we're meeting right after, right?
Oh no, we're meeting right
Oh
before.
no, we're meeting before.
Yeah.
Right before. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Maybe,
Um,
but I like I said, we can talk on Sunday and see if like what I'm doing on. I don't even know what I'm doing on Sunday currently, other than meeting with y'all.
We can always
No,
plan
that's-
a one-off day too, just to hang out
Yeah.
and play a one-off campaign or something.
yeah, that's a
Something like
little
that. I don't know.
uh,
Not to
little
volunteer
one
your
shot.
services.
But no, I would if I'm not busy afterwards. I'd be down. I'd be down to join in.
Hell
Let
yeah.
me just see what I'm doing afterwards on Sunday, and I'll let you guys know for sure.
Absolutely.
all right.
Absolutely.
But yeah,
Is Lucid Strings no, he's wanting to be on on this project too, right? I'm assuming.
well, we
No.
haven't. Junior has no fucking idea what we're talking
He's
about.
just my
Yeah.
he's just
Oh,
my
yeah.
literal wingman on the
Yeah,
stream.
I'm
Okay.
So think of
I'm the
him as
guy-
like my
and
co-host.
to me, Junior is just a voice from the beyond. Like as far I've never met this man, but as far as I know, he could just be another AI.
Oh, okay.
He's
Gotcha.
very real. He's very real.
some I'm too.
He's too real, honestly. Some would say. Of all the people in this
Yeah.
chat,
And
he's
if
too
Junior
real.
if Junior is an AI, then he's like the first AI I ever got high with. I
Oh,
we actually need to get high.
mean,
and then that the I got high song kicks in with you saying that. I'm just like I could use a bowl right now.
No, don't think about it. Don't look. It's not here.
oh,
It's not no.
Think about
bro,
work.
I have my my Yoshi egg bong sitting next to me, my bowl and my my recycler sitting next to me, and I'm just like I have my Yoshi egg is like one of my prize bongs because it cost me $3,000, so yeah.
God
I'll
damn.
send you a picture. It's dope. It's
Hell
UV
yeah.
it's UV reactive and everything, and yeah.
Finally, someone who
Wanna
appreciates
see?
weed as much as me on the stream.
Okay, so-
Finally.
Matt, I will send you some photos of what's growing in Micro 10 currently.
But
Cool.
but yeah, I guess
Bro,
is going
Junior,
down
we're
the
talking
line.
about, just to fill you in super fast, we're talking about this project that Puck and Matt and I are embarking on, and they're letting me know all the details. And right now, Matt is
Cool.
filling us in on the people that, in his head, would be like a dream team production squad.
Okay. Yeah.
A suicide squad, you might say. No,
Yeah,
now I'm being stupid because
basically.
Junior's here. It's his fault.
It is my fault.
He brings out the in me.
Yeah.
But yeah, Poncho, Tequila's Productions, Puck, he's our lead audio engineer for Myths.
Okay.
Oh wow.
Okay.
But Poncho's doesn't have much, like, kind of like how you're saying, like, you've done all this technical work for, like, the stage.
Yeah.
Poncho's the same way with audio for, like, music and, like,
Okay.
events.
Yep.
But he's never done sound in film.
I'm sure he'd be fine at it though.
Yeah, exactly. But because of that, he doesn't want to, like, like, he would be like a sound assistant working with, like,
Gotcha,
Julian,
okay.
Kaylee, Diego.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, okay.
just to kind of express more of, like, where my head was when I made it, like, kind of how I was thinking of you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, for real.
originally.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah.
Yeah, so then Steph is the only. I mean, she's a gaffer, but also is a wizard with the camera. Right now, I don't have any grips, but, like, we could probably easily get somebody to grip.
Oh, I'm sure.
For production, my friend Mike from college, he's based in Austin.
Okay.
Cinema Paradise is his, like, production. He hasn't been on set in a minute, and he wants to, like, continue to get back into, like,
Okay.
directing and stuff. But he did say he could script supervise for this if needed.
Okay, cool.
My friend Sarah Cine de Leon, she was also another production lead in our Foresight production group. But I figured down, like, the pipeline, once we write, I would consult her and get her thoughts, and then do, like, revisions for, like, the final.
Okay.
So she would be a script consultant.
Yep.
Jean Roberts' friend. I thought that was Robert's girlfriend when I met her, but I
We're all
actually
not
don't even
sure
know.
about Gene.
We're all
okay?
not sure, actually.
There's lore to the relationship status of both
yeah, we're
Robert
not
and
sure
Gene.
what. Yeah.
Will they?
so
Won't they?
You
They're
know-
kind
you
of
know
the
how-
Ross
you know-
Rachel of our group.
Yeah.
You know how I like to put it is relationships are complicated because they're all different. So to like throw focus on me, I'm a polyamorous relationship person. So I've got multiple partners. So whatever is whatever. you know.
Some people have all the luck. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. Oh my god.
I'm kidding. I'm more than satisfied with my perfect fiance, and she's not. She's gonna hurt me for that joke.
Clip that. Clip that.
But I'm still gonna compliment her and say she's all I need. She's
There you
all
go.
I ever wanted.
True. Look at you.
But yeah, Robert brought Jean on for the 3rd episode of our web series. I brought her on for the 4th production. She, just assisting, like, PA work. I also recruited another PA, who was another person that we networked with on Saturday. I like
That's cute.
Thank you.
like, briefly met her.
That'd be a
My
great
friend,
tattoo, by the way.
Sydney, for post production, she's been expressing to me that she wants to do more editing and, like, narrative and stuff, and I figured this would be
Okay.
kind of cool to get her on and to work with her for post. And then my sister's boyfriend, Chase, He's been an English teacher for years, but
Oh, let's
he's
go.
also been a musician in his entire life, and then recently, this
Okay.
last year, um, he did schooling and got certified as like an audio engineer, but also did like classes with like scoring for film and music and like
Let's go.
like
Okay.
everything. So like he also just like made some new solo music that I also did cover art for, but like
Okay.
yeah, like he wants to score stuff. So I'm pretty sure
Ooh,
he would say yes to like all
so
this.
so so he would be good to sit down with
hmm
and talk to. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So
We need to
uh,
we need to get all these people together in powwow.
yes. Um, but yeah, looking at my sort of Suicide Squad for this, we're looking at 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 22 people for a crew.
That's a good size. That's a good size crew there.
And then
Okay.
potential cast, if you go to the next slide, Ray. Um, so Robert obviously being the Chrome Cowboy. Another actor, Fernando Mora, who I networked with Robert, who's gonna also work with me on like another project that I haven't even talked about with Ray. But yeah, he's the one that we were like, we should get Fernando to be the wizard. Um,
Okay.
and then Elizabeth, I guess, is her
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
name. For Doris, and then
Yeah, we haven't decided if we were gonna keep Dorothy or Doris. I kind of was playing around with both.
I kind of like Doris. That's just me.
Okay.
But
I'm down. I'm down for Doris.
I know
Yeah.
when we said Doris, I just remember I like looked at you and I feel like we kind of had like
Yeah,
a brain
I like.
cell like
Yeah.
electrify. Like I was like Doris, nah.
It's
um,
something different that I don't think's been explored in the Wizard of Oz realm. So I was like that would be. I think that would be a good. I'm gonna actually make note here.
and Khalid Abdul, he is someone that I've known for already. I mean, it's already yeah, like 5 years. He was a part of a like Latinx, like Chicanx rap group from Dallas called Chroma.
Okay.
He was doing that for a couple years. They toured.
Why does that sound familiar? Chroma.
You might have heard of Chroma. I'm not gonna lie.
It's very
Chroma was
possible.
pretty popular. But Chroma, I met them because I was writing for the Dallas Observer once upon a time ago, and they were one of the first groups I did a feature on. And then when I started doing my music solo, like 2021, 22, Khalid and he featured on one of my songs.
Okay.
And then Chroma disbanded last year, but
What?
him and one of the other members of Chroma made this new group called Phantasma. And
Oh, I have
they've,
heard of this. They're on YouTube, right?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
They're like kind of everywhere. They're like on TikTok and Instagram,
Okay. Yeah, then I
everywhere.
probably heard of. Yeah, I think I've heard of Phantasma, yeah.
Phantasma is very new, but they've been doing more with that because now it's just the two out of the three from Chroma, and
Okay.
Khalid is one of the frontmans of Phantasma, and yeah, I mean Khalid, he's a songwriter, rapper, singer, producer,
Okay.
actor. And I don't know. I thought maybe it'd be cool to ask him to be a part of this project. I mean, I don't know what his
Okay.
availability is or what that would look
Right.
like, but I mean, he's a pretty great artist, so I figured that would be kind of cool to see if he
Okay,
could.
yeah,
But
that sounds like a good plan to me.
and then yeah, I guess it's based off of what we were trying to do. Like I don't know, I know Glenda, and then
So
we would need
Glinda, yeah,
casting for.
so Glinda, and then I was playing around with the lion, and I really think I really like the golden retriever idea. I really
Mhm.
like the dog idea for the lion.
Yeah, yeah, no, me too. I really fuck with it.
And
So
either
what?
like I said, either Elizabeth's golden retriever can do it, or I've got a golden retriever. So either
So
way.
there's no Toto. I'm guessing if the lion's already
No,
the dog.
yeah, no, I was we played around with it. Me and Robert talked about it, and I was like, I think with the way that we were going with the story, it being more of the psyche thing, um, that 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 Toto kind of will sit this one out, and the lion would be played by a dog instead.
So just kind of like reversing the role expectations of the
Yes.
characters, you know.
What would
But we
the
would what we come on. What we would do though is we would need to find a voice for like what the lion was thinking. Um,
Oh, right, 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 right.
yeah, so we would need to cast for the voice, um, if that makes any sense.
Yes.
so
Um.
I hope I'm not jumping the gun here, but because you're talking about the characters and you're talking about the psyche, what parts of the psyche would the golden retriever represent, and then also the chrome cowboy and the scarecrow? What do they
Um,
represent?
so we were talking that the scarecrow would be like it'd be funny, wouldn't speak English. That was Matt's idea. They'd speak Spanish, and then we'd do subtitles. Um, so I would do like the scarecrow would be laughter and joy and kind of like happy, where Chrome Cowboy is serious and very, what's the word? Maybe Matt can help me. Uh,
Almost type
More.
A, like
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Glinda obviously is you know uh, self-centered, very about herself. Uh, you have the wizard who is controlling and that kind of thing, and then of course the lion is always cowardly, is running away, or um, a golden retriever is the epitome of please love me and give me love, and um, you know
Interesting.
uh, I need this. Well, because it's like a king, so king of the jungle, king, lion, the cowardly lion, but he seeks affection and love and appreciation, and that is like the epitome of a golden retriever. Now, I don't know if you've ever met a golden retriever,
I
but
yeah
that
yeah
is,
I have. I'm
they're
yeah.
they're the I just want to be loved. That's all I want.
Okay. And then I'm guessing the
Oh,
villains
and
or
we didn't even talk. Yeah, so Wicked Witch, um, obviously is evil. So that's who Wicked Witch represents. But Robert came up with an idea which I rolled with, where Wicked Witch is Dorothy's um shadow self. So we would never actually see Wicked Witch other than a shadow. And I was thinking, while we shoot this, like it would just be using like a snoot and casting a shadow on a wall with like Dorothy, showing Dorothy, and then on the wall would be someone playing the shadow, if that makes any sense.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously we'd have costume like hat, like a hat and an outfit for the witch, but it would be very much shadowy. So a shadow self of her evil side, her shadow side.
Does her shadow side manifest via the flying monkeys or no?
Oh, we didn't even. Okay, I have to make a note of this.
Yeah, Ray. So I mean, I know you're asking a lot of good stuff, but like this is this is all very early stage, right? Like,
I'm making another note here. Hold on. What
um,
color should flying monkeys be? We're gonna do.
and there's a lot of things that we're gonna talk about that go into this, right? But I also think once we workshop it, you know, there's definitely going to be a lot of ideas here for sure. But I will say also depending on where the script is and then, you know, what ideas we feel like we can maybe execute in like a weekend for the short, you know, it's definitely um it's going to evolve a lot. But yeah, like this is super early. Like I know people were like even asking me like, "Well, what are you doing?" or like, "What's going on?" or "I don't fucking know what's going on, but I'm interested anyway." So I'm like, "Oh, well." This is all good stuff though. It's all good.
What? Just because we're on the topic of tone, I was curious. What genre besides psychedelic do you see it? Do you see it being like a campy fantasy, almost like a play, or like
Um,
what is the sort of
Oh,
like
I'm
that's interesting that you
thinking.
genre?
mentioned that because
I'm
we did talk about
thinking.
that briefly.
Um, hang on, I'm writing. I'm thinking it's very very play like, um, but very like. So I'm gonna reference like Rocky Horror. Like if you've seen Rocky Horror,
Yeah,
it's very play like.
that's what I was kind of
That
picturing.
that's
Is
that's what I'm picturing. Is
okay.
very play like, very trippy. Um,
Yeah.
like almost as if it was. Y'all know what a black box show is, right?
Oh yeah. You're
Yeah.
talking to an improviser here, so I'm in a black box
So so
theater
I'm
every Monday.
so I'm thinking very Rocky Horror black box theater style show, like or film in this case.
Okay.
And and I will say one and you know and we didn't really talk about this. Like I didn't mention it because we also like we were just shooting a lot of different ideas and stuff. And I know you kind of mentioned it in text to me when you were like, "Oh, like it should be expected that yeah we're gonna do like photos like you or not that you didn't say that but like you were like oh you know that I was gonna take photos like anyways or something so you don't have to say it's like a
Yeah.
photo shoot right but in my mind because even though we haven't written it yet just based off of the concept and also just your background I wanted it to be framed in that way to get people's attention because this is more hybrid uh,
Yeah.
than anything than I think I've done. Like I've done just more traditional, like you know, well, not even traditional. I would say I've done well traditional short narratives. Yes, I've done experimental. Sure, I've done 48 hours. You know, uh, film
Yeah.
productions and things like that. But like just me meeting you and then understanding your work and then kind of like hearing your thoughts and kind of your vision and things I'm like okay like we definitely have a lot of room to play with here for
which
sure
is which is fun.
which is great. Like I love it, right? But at the same time, because and this is also coming from someone who um has been, even with the situations I've been put in, and Ray could also be testament to this because we literally just did it with the entire like web series basically for the summer. Is that I am someone who does not like to plan things last minute, and I
Oh,
would
for sure, no.
very much like to take the opportunity with this project to, like, let's talk a lot of ideas. Let's, throw everything on the table, but then I want
Yeah,
to
for sure.
clean it up, and then execute stuff that we know we can do that's going to be visually like great. It's going to keep with like a story. It's going to be contained, and for the short, but it's also going to be like, staged in a way like how, again, because, with the way you were talking your idea, it's like visually and the set staged in a way where once we're done capturing this scene, you go to the forefront and then you're staging for the photo. So it is going to
Yeah,
be
yeah,
like
yeah.
it's going to be a hybrid, film photo shoot, which this is the first time I'm navigating, and so I wanted to kind of identify that and make it clear, but also leave, get people's attention and curiosity, right? Because it's like
Right, of course.
Well,
I've never done anything like this.
on that note,
Um,
and while we're on the potential cast page, if it's also a photo shoot, what characters and or actors and or models are the photos supposed to be of, or would we want them to be of? If that makes sense. Like we're saying, the witch is a just going to be a shadow of whoever's playing
Right, yeah.
Dorothy. So we obviously want pictures of the
of
witch's
the
shadow, and we want
Yeah.
pictures of
Yes, of
Dorothy.
course.
We want pictures of
Yeah.
Scarecrow, and we want pictures of the cowboy. Is there any other characters that we want to have a costume to be? We want the face of the wizard, but is there any
Yeah.
other people that we want to take pictures of, or are these the characters that you really want to just take pictures of, and the rest of them could even be off-screen voices or
Oh, no, right.
implications?
Like this what we're looking at right now with this pitch deck, this is not final. This
No,
is a
I understand,
rough.
but I'm saying like the way that I would ask a script person what's the story, as a photographer I'm asking like what are the subjects that we want to take pictures of in a
So,
vacuum
so
without the
I would,
story
I would,
involved, but just what.
I would want to get everybody that's in the film.
So you like the but you
Like, so
what I mean, I guess what I mean to say is
Oh,
like
right. So once we figure out what the story is and we go scene by scene, do the storyboard breakdown, like key
yeah, once we have
scenes, stuff like that.
once
Once
we
we
have a
have that,
storyboard,
it's
I can
gonna
go
be
and be
like,
like, this is what I want to do.
yeah, like we would want to make sure, like with those key scenics, with the characters involved or whatever it is that we're doing, we're then gonna lock in like what photos like Puck
right. I'm
wants
not
to
getting that.
then.
I was meaning more in a conceptual sense. Who do you see being the main protagonists and subjects of this story?
Well, I mean, the basis of it is still Wizard of Oz. So Doris,
Dorothy, yeah, Doris.
Dorothy would be that main focus.
Okay.
But Doris also interacts with everybody in it, so naturally I'd get images of everybody, be it individually, group, multi-group. It could be, it
Yeah,
could be
it
lots
it
of
could
things.
evolve, and that's why I wanna. So like, for instance, like once we get more of like a solid kind of like path for the script, we workshop the script, we lock in with these key scenics ideas, we start I get like all these other positions locked in first. I know my DP, everyone. We start working on this stuff together visually. Key scenics, sure. Like let's lock in this, and that. But then come to the shoot, right? Since again, this is a hybrid. This is something that yes, it's going to be more like organized like a film, right? Like we're going to have like everything like film. But then when it comes down to it, and we know what shots we're gonna get, maybe there might be something like we're on set and Puck's like, you know what, Matt? We didn't talk about this, but let's get this right now,
Yeah,
or like let's
because
set this up, or like,
I'd like to get, especially since there's going to be a BTS photographer. I'm gonna do it all on Polaroid. Like that's the plan. Um,
yeah, and I want to leave room, right? Like I want to make sure,
and since
like
and since we're filming and everything, we're gonna have lights and everything, so I'm not worried about like not having enough light to use to use Polaroid film. Because if it as long as it's bright enough with lighting, I'm pretty good. If
I
that makes sense.
yeah, I definitely want to make sure that well, first and foremost, like right now I'm reaching out to everyone individually like on this list for
Yeah.
cast. I might leave the or no, for crew I meant. For cast I'm gonna reach out to Khalid, and
Yeah.
then I need to follow up with Fernando about like my other project Canvas, and then this, and just because he's
Yeah.
also someone that's getting on different projects and working with different productions and
Right.
stuff. So he definitely has a more busy schedule, and things might fill up quickly for him. So I don't know what that's going to look like yet, but I want to lock in for crew
Yeah.
as early as possible to give us the most amount of time to really have those conversations with visual style, and like
Right.
let's like let me, Robert, Puck, Ray, you also can be involved in the writing process. I want to get Sarah in there, like to review, consult as well. Like, let's get that going so that way by the time we lock down crew, we already have like a working script idea, everything. Then, I can revise it. We'll get the script locked, go ahead and start that visual process identity. As long as we're all on the same page, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then that's going to be easier to communicate to those people once we have everyone that's already in crew, get those conversations going, and then we can start really building. But I think, um, I think, like I definitely want to be like more structured, more organized with this for sure, because I just haven't had that like in a
No, I
long
agree.
time.
No,
um,
I agree, and especially with Tomas talking about if this goes really well, and he potentially could see us doing like a feature where it's an indie feature. That would be that I'd we'd all probably be very ecstatic about that.
yeah, and and whether because again, I don't know what that process would look like with Tomas. Or again, I don't have I'm still like meeting him. I don't. We've like barely even met on
Yeah,
Saturday.
yeah.
Um, but
I think what he wants is to see what we can do, and see where we can go. Because I was just I was just I don't know, I don't think I told you, but I went to the Day of the Dead event, which that photo was from that you bought, and him and that other guy that we met, I think his name is Matt too, or Max. Um,
oh yeah,
him and
Max,
Matt,
he
him,
was there when we were talking.
yeah,
Uh,
and I believe he'll be there on Sunday too. Um, and Max was they saw my camera and they pulled me aside and they were like, "Hey, you know, are you interested in, coming in and working with the guild and meeting people and that kind of stuff?" And I was like, "Yeah, yeah." Like nobody in my life has ever pulled me aside because of a camera and been like, "Hey, are you interested in doing like this kind of stuff?" And I was like, "Yeah, absolutely." Like I've been looking for a group to do things with for years. Um, you know, so it's pretty cool.
Yeah, no, and that's great. I mean, even dude, yeah, like when we met and we hit it off, and then just seeing your work, I'm like, you know, yeah, I mean, easily, I'm like, yeah, dude, you have a strong eye, creative vision, just like everything, right? Like I already sensed it, and just through our conversations and everything, which is
Yeah.
why I was more inclined to like, do all this stuff with you too, like. But I do think depending where we're at down the line, I mean, even with the Chrome Cowboy being involved, like I know, I mean, I am gonna have to get permission from him or like have that conversation with him and Robert
With
or
with
however.
Tomas.
Yeah, just because that is, I guess, a part of their production or
But
their
I thought
or
Robert owned the character though.
I don't know. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay, because
I
I was from my understanding, it's Robert's persona.
Yeah, I'm not 100%. Robert's tried to explain it, but I also feel like he also doesn't really fucking understand.
Yeah, we should have that conversation on
So,
Sunday then.
yeah, so that's why I'm like, okay, let me just like cuz again, I don't know Tomas. I mean, we barely just met for the first time after Robert talking about him for like as long as I've known him.
Is
Yeah.
Can I
And
ask you a quick question? That is Robert in the silver makeup, right?
yes, that
Oh,
I
is
yes.
see.
Robert.
So I'm guessing the confusion is like an artist obviously helped him come up with that, or
No.
No,
So
he came up with that.
no, 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 and not. I
No?
don't even want to say. I don't even want to say that. Also,
Okay.
because
but
as
either
far
way,
as
it's him in the
it's
photo, right?
that's him in the photo
Okay.
Hmm.
portraying the Chrome Cowboy, but Robert, I think he said when he first started he had help with application, but then as he continued to be that character, he would just self-apply his own makeup.
Yeah.
Um, but I do feel, based off of having past conversations with Robert, that the Chrome Cowboy character he just models as, and the character is attached to beyond the canvas, or that it's like
Mm.
some
Hmm.
sort of other character that it can be modeled by anybody, like that it's not like Robert's character. That's how I'm perceiving it, or that's how I've understood it from past conversations with Robert. But that's where
Okay.
I want to clarify, because if we yeah, like, and I that's why I need to have this conversation again with Robert. I want to
Yeah.
clarify and then have a conversation with Tomas, and really, really, when that conversation happens with Tomas, just so that y'all are aware, like when that happens, we should already have like I feel like our treatment could it's still gonna like change, maybe like we're gonna add more to it, but by the time we have that conversation, this should we should have a stronger understanding of like what our story is, the
Oh,
synopsis,
100%. Yeah, yeah, 100%.
um, like more key artifact visual components that we want to include here, our cast, our crew, you know what I mean? So that
Yeah.
way it's more like this is what we're doing, this is who's attached, this is what our dates are, this is what we want to do. Um, can we use the Chrome Cowboy if it is attached to that production? And if we get permission,
Right.
if we have his blessing from beyond the canvas, and we maybe get some other sort of involvement with them in terms of production, I'm all for that. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? I think the more help, the better. Um,
for sure.
and so that's kind of where I'm at. I do think that, um, yeah, kind of going like backpedaling a little bit. Like I said, like once we start talking these other key visual components or ideas that we want to explore, I just, even though I want to be organized and I want to, be more strategic and kind of planning and prepping and stuff to the best of our ability. I also want there, yeah, like, and I said this earlier. I want there to be room to
Right.
play, like, especially with you, Puck, since you're a Polaroid photographer, you're specializing in that, you're doing that in your practice. Like, if there is something that we didn't even discuss and you just are like feeling something, or like, you know what
Yeah,
I
for
mean?
sure. Yeah.
Like, let's go for it. Like, we're all there, you know what I mean? Like, if we can do it,
Yeah.
let's do it. But that's kind of where I'm at. I
Okay.
did transcribe your notes, so I don't know if you want to read them, but this is what I got from your notes. I don't know if maybe there was
No,
some
this
things
this this looks right. So, we're working a working title. I think I'm heavily leaning towards the Doris's psyche, versus Dorothy's psyche, just to change up. Uh, Doris is obviously they'll everybody will know that it's Dorothy. That's so easy to put put two and two together. Um, but we when we were doing a country theme take on Wizard of Oz, it's gonna be like very Rocky Horror Picture Show meets like Acid Trip. Um, you know, I think Doris works better than Dorothy for that, um, just because I think the name Doris is more country western than Dorothy. That's just my thoughts. Um, and then of course the shooting scene. So when I was thinking with the Chrome Cowboy shooting something going from black and white or sepia, whichever we want to do, I kind of like the either. Um, Me and Robert were talking about our love for James Bond, and I was like, well, why not give a nod to our love for that, but not like 100%, so we're not like uh, stealing from it, but giving like a nod where, oh, well, he's gonna shoot, and then we're gonna go from that to color, if that makes sense. Um, and
Mm-hmm.
then Matt threw in where Scarecrow speaks Spanish, um, a corn husk doll style, so he kind of looks like that corn husk paper doll style, and we would do subtitles, and Dorothy, because it's part of Dorothy's psyche, Dorothy knows what he's saying without like
knowing
having to
Spanish.
without knowing Spanish. Yeah. She she just does because it's part of her psyche. Um, Obviously the acid trippy music, because that's the whole theme, is like just wonky out there, very psychedelic kind of stuff. Um, Glinda uh, would be very very she's pink, and I was thinking derby style, big hat, and this like tiny shiny dress, like very acidy, where when light hits it, it reflects all different kind of colors, kind of thing, right? um Wicked Witch of the West is Dorothy's shadow self, so we see only the shadow. And the way I was thinking is we'd see the shadow, but then sometimes when the shadow for the Wicked Witch is on, we'd also see Dorothy on screen at the same time, or Doris. And then the room would be simple, um, oil lamp on a desk, bed, window, very very simple. Um, because I still would like to play off of, there's a tornado, so lots of wind. That's easy. You use fans, super easy. Gets knocked out, falls on bed, and then wakes up in Oz. But instead of going from black and white or sepia to color like they did in the movie, we already did that with the Chrome Cowboy shooting at something. He's running from something, he shoots, and that was kind of like before we even opened two doors. We've already met the cowboy, if that makes sense. If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And then music-wise, trippy music, theremin, omnichord. I don't know why Orchid was there, but maybe I wrote something
Oh,
and I was.
I put Orchid there because I mentioned that was the instrument that Tame Impala created.
Oh, okay, awesome. So very, very, you know, wait, like 70s acid trippy music, where they're using a lot of digital. And with 80s, so going from like late 70s into the 80s, where you're doing a lot of digital music, using those instruments to give like a wonky kind of sound. And then Chrome Cowboy obviously is creaking, has creaky joints, so we'd hear a lot of like creaking and stuff when he's moving around. Um, yeah, so that's, and then what else would be, black background for opening with the wizard, very Rocky Horror. Just it's just face and hair, and then we talked about, um, the gold, you know, uh, the, glitter cannons, or flames. But you said you could probably do that with projecting and, digital, which I totally am down with. Doing it that way, if we can get that to work nicely. Um, and then this is just the opening ideas for what I was playing around with some lines. Nothing too crazy yet. It was just some jotting of ideas.
And yeah, I mean
There's
that's
more, right?
there.
Oh,
Yeah,
we went
there's
through
more.
this,
I mean,
but
these are all just like things that we kind of just were like briefly discussing, talking about, and then I
Yeah, there we
mentioned to
go. And
Pug the there's an app called Cosmos that's like a visual board that you can create for like projects, and
oh, was my visual references already? Oh, you already found me on that board. You just saw things I was looking at.
yeah, and I just downloaded them because you followed me.
Yeah, that's great. Okay.
So
Yeah, so you
yeah,
can see some ideas here where we have the Cornhusk Scarecrow, which, by the way, that was the original idea for Scarecrow. Was very Cornhusky, clownish. Obviously, the Rocky Horror Lips idea, and then if you look over to the right, you see the very acid trippy looking idea that I was popping out in my head. It doesn't have to be like that, but that was kind of like the idea. Um, and then I was putting together a PowerPoint and showed like what you could do on camera for when like Glinda appears. Like you can do that multicolor,
Mhm.
like in and out spatial look where it switches colors and it's kind of like an acid trip.
Yeah,
Um, yeah.
that's cool. I have like
um,
one big thing that I'm curious about.
Oh yeah. Shoot.
Because like I feel like all the stuff you're hitting me with, and I love it by the way, but it's all about the protagonists, and
Hmm.
I'm really curious. Like we talked about the Crumb Cowboy like shooting at stuff, and we talked about other
Yes.
stuff. I'm kind of curious. Like, is the peril going to be the Wicked Witch is coming for you? Like, is there a sense of like peril to this
Yes.
story?
I when we were talking about how Dorothy's, um shadow self is the Wicked Witch, that would represent how everybody has a dark passenger side to themselves where, it be depression, anxiety, um, you know, uh, darkness. It could
Fear.
represent
Substance
um,
abuse, all that kind of stuff.
substance. Yeah, yeah, exactly. And that's what Wicked Witch would represent in the sense of like a protagonist or
So I
antagonist.
really like the idea of her being a shadow, but then I really feel like, and I know it sounds like I'm just trying to throw the monkeys in here, but having the monkeys would help have the cowboy something to shoot at, something to be,
So that would be a great idea. I like that idea because
because
my
the
idea
yeah,
was
because I just
was
feel like the
he
witch
just
being a shadow is too intangible to fight. So giving them
yeah.
something like a physical threat, yeah.
Okay. I see where you're going with that. That would be cool.
And it could even just be one
Because
monkey. You know what I mean? That
yeah,
is
yeah.
just like keeps recurring or is emblematic of a certain type
Okay.
of feeling or
Yeah.
behavior. And I'm not trying to make it like a horror movie or anything, but just because when I think of the Wizard of Oz, I think of it as like they're in a constant running. They're constantly like
Yes.
they're being pursued the whole time. So I guess
Yes.
I really want to have that same feeling in this, is that feeling of like something's coming for Doris, and it's inside. It's probably inside of her mind, right? Or like it's inside of her mind, but like what is it, or like what's gonna happen, or like how does she get to this wizard, which also might be another projection of herself, or like they're all projections of herself, right? So
Yes.
that's
Yes.
why
They
it's
all
so.
are projections of
Yeah,
herself.
I
Yeah.
think even the monkey could be a projection of that self-loathing, self-hating, when you want to tear yourself down because you fell victim to substance abuse, that dark side keeps you down. It uses those negative feelings. So those things can be sort of where you get really like, you can add stakes, you can have that be sort of the driving plot, is like trying to escape these negative self harming feelings that are like, we're all victim of. Um,
Yeah.
and I think with, not that that's like they will make it even better, but just like that way you can really keep the theater stage presence like stuff with the
Uh-huh.
Wicked Witch, but then we have a more like 70s B movie horror feeling when the monkeys are after you or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. No, I totally agree. And we would need to find someone that could do like the witch's shadow because there would be like I had an idea of unless we can do it
Um,
with who plays Dorothy and just put her in like
in like a witch
in
hat or
in a
something.
witch hat and a
Ye-
robe and
Yeah,
then
with
Yeah,
some high
and then
heels
and
and
then
stuff
and then
to.
and then film it and then film it
Ahead of
as
time.
the shadow
right.
and then put it in post because we could do
Yeah,
it that way.
I think uh like now, like, Steph is on board with as our like gaffer, like lead lighting, right? So
Yeah.
that's definitely, that in particular is gonna be a really tricky,
And
and I think
it might be a case
Steph
by
will be
case
able to.
basis where it could be as easy as her
Yeah,
standing in front of a light for a shot, but another shot
Yeah.
might require a little bit more tooling if there's no physical way that she could be a shadow there, right? So
right,
Yeah.
that's when
exactly.
we're going to want to start to play with VFX and or just trying to problem solve, like, okay, we need a small projector to project. It could even be as simple as a series of images that could be just as effective as long as they're consistent in their
Yes.
presentation, right?
Yeah. Also, just, yeah, like our type of lighting or what we might need to execute, like,
Yeah.
that. And I don't know. I mean, I feel like, again, this might be me just being like a stickler, or just like, because I really feel I want to try to keep it as. I think it would be really interesting if we can keep it as practical as possible.
Well,
Obviously,
yeah.
Well, you could.
You know,
It's still
they're
practical to
arguing.
film and then project something you filmed. So
No, yeah, yeah,
yeah,
and I'm saying that isn't, but
you're
um,
saying you don't want to just have like shots of an actor blacked out, and I would agree with that.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, I
Because
guess,
we could,
but
because we
VFX
could,
also
because we
just means
definitely,
like
because we
compositing.
definitely, because we definitely could. We could film. We could film. Uh, Doris's dressed up, the actor that would play Doris dressed up as a witch, and then we make sure that what kind of lighting we're going to use is used and get the shadow on the wall or whatever we're projecting it, and then project that shadow behind and then act with, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a combination of all of these things in order, because like
Yeah,
at the end of the day, you don't want to be hampered by what scenes you want to write. So I think you
yeah,
guys should write, or whoever's writing, including myself, if it is in that case, but like whatever, whoever's writing it shouldn't be constrained by like, well, how is the witch here? It should just literally be like, we know the witch is a shadow, and write it to behave like a shadow, and we will have to problem solve shot by shot how we convey that effect, because
yeah,
it's just going to be one of those things, because like there's going to be times where it's really easy, there's going to be times where it's going to take some smoke and mirrors to pull it off, but I think it's possible. It's just a matter of
yeah,
like,
for sure.
we're going to need the shot, like those, that's going to just be an effects team solve once the script
Yeah,
is done.
yeah, for
And
sure.
yeah,
but I think
and
keeping it as a shadow and going trying to match the same smoke and mirrors, stage effects and costumes thing that you're going for, I think that yeah, we could still achieve that. It's just going to be a matter of like solving each one as it comes.
Yeah,
yeah, and this is something that I needed. You know, once I figure out who's gonna actually DP, because I had two people email already about being DP. Um, and maybe this is also just because of recent things I've like consumed and like film, like watched, and that's like it's in my head, and also just how like theatrical and things that I've already seen it like in my mind. Like I feel something that I've always wanted to do personally in a project is to, you know, keep, and obviously there are, I think I could already see there being like specific instances of like motion or like maybe handheld or what. I don't know what those are going
okay.
to be yet, right? But I really imagine majority of what these key scenics are going to be in like maybe like a wide 50 millimeter still,
You want them to be moving photos.
and I want everything to be moving in the frame. I don't want the camera to move. I feel
You
like I
want it
want
to be like a
everything.
series of photos, right?
Yes, I
Yeah.
want, especially because of, you know, yeah, just like how I'm already, yeah, like I don't know if that's just because of like things that I've watched, but also just hearing the ideas and like, you know, Pug's visual and these key things that we're seeing. It just feels like having stuff to just move in the frame is something I've always wanted to do personally on a project,
I
because
no, I
I
like that idea because so many movies the camera is just moving all over the place, and
yeah,
you're just like on a roller coaster ride versus if you watch like the 1939 version of Wizard of Oz, a lot of stuff they don't like the camera moves for sure, but it doesn't move all over the place. So
right,
if you watch like um uh the opening with Somewhere Over the Rainbow and when Glinda arrives in Munchkinland, it's just it is a wide shot. They're
yeah,
like there's not a lot of camera movement, which is very traditional of like the old school film style because those cameras were so bulky and so heavy they couldn't they
they
couldn't
couldn't,
No, they
they
could
yeah,
couldn't
they
move
could
them
move
as
them
much.
as they wouldn't work anymore. Like you can't move it
Right.
and crank it. That was the issue. Like
Yes.
they had
Yeah.
the cranes to move shit. It's just that there was no way to crank it and move it without the film going like and fucking up,
Yeah.
right? So that's why there is no handheld shots from that era. Everything is a tripod shot. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
if that
And
if that's what you wanted to do, I would say you'd almost have to write it like a stage play and write
Well,
it.
that's
Yeah.
that was like, so when we were talking, like that's like when he was surprised that, I've done stage production, like that's how a lot of my thinking is, because I'm that kind of photographer where I'm thinking in like almost a stage play style, and that's kind of, that's why I was like, when he was saying like, let's not move the camera as much, I think that's a great idea. um
yeah, like even like because after you told me like your background and stuff, and it just made more sense to me once I was going through your photos, you talking about it, and then just seeing everything that you did with your work, and then just even hearing you talk about the idea even more, and just like all these other things that you had in mind. I'm like, I just see it, like, you know what I mean, like
I
yeah.
have
so
a
clear and distinct,
I have
and
another question. Now, sorry to cut you off, Matt, but just in this while we're in this vein, because I feel like it's
no,
really
feel free to cut me off more.
it's connected. Um, in the Wizard of Oz, there's a clear two world scenario, right?
Yes.
There's Oz and there's Kansas. In this
Yes.
world, do we ever see the equivalent of Kansas, or are we only in Oz?
No, we do. We see. So
Well,
the
potentially,
only
I guess
the only
outside
the only
exterior.
time the only time that when I was jotting down notes, that we would see the exterior of quote unquote Kansas, which we could use my backyard, potentially, because I'm on 2 acres of brush and like farmland kind of deal. It's trees and just, you know uh, open grass and, that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Also, I have chickens. Um, I was thinking the only time you would see that is when Doris was running towards her house. Like that would be the only time you'd see outside of Oz. But the majority of it is like it is in the Wizard of Oz, where it's in her head. So we don't see a lot of the two world scenario in this. I think we'd only see it in that opening scene, I guess. But that's something we can play with when we're doing the writing and and and,
Mm-hmm.
and going through,
No, you don't.
going through.
There's absolutely no right answer to this. But when you say she's running, I have an idea of what she's running from. What do you think she's running from? What do you imagine she's running from?
So I still want to play with the storm idea, but I think in the aspect of like, the story, like obviously there's going to be a storm, because I view I see in my head lots of wind and lots of things, but I think what she's running from is she's running from herself, um, which is the, going into the darker psyche of herself. I don't know if that was what you were thinking.
I was thinking she was running from a traumatic location. Now, whether
Oh,
that was
yeah, that works too.
the grave of a recently deceased uncle or
Okay.
aunt, or a place
Toto.
where maybe she was, maybe lost Toto, maybe something. I imagine her running the way you do when you're in distress or having a panic attack
Okay. I mean,
or in the middle of
oh,
a freak out, and because you're
that would
triggered by something, right? And so you take
okay.
off back to home.
That would okay. So she could, what we could do, and I'm gonna make another note here.
Oh, um, this actually just gave me an idea bouncing off of that.
Yeah.
You know, obviously we're kind of getting there a little bit, right? But it, I actually do think it would make more sense now that you mentioned it, Ray, just based off of what we've talked about, to make her running away from Toto because,
Grave?
huh?
Like Toto's grave?
Yes, because maybe that's why the lion's a dog. Like,
That's a great thought. Okay, I'm writing
you
this
know what
down.
I mean?
Um,
Like, I mean, there's a. I mean, because also I feel like maybe that would be a question of somebody like seeing this, right? Like,
mhm.
obviously we're still working on it, but like I think because of also Ray even questioning it, like, well, what other characters or what about Toto? Like, you're having the dog as a lion, right? But like, where's Toto?
Yeah.
A lot of people would
So
be like, well, where's Toto, right? Like,
yeah, that's a great idea. So I jotted down Doris running from Toto's grave to home. Um, traumatic.
I have
Uh,
I have sort of a thought
event,
as you were saying that,
and
Matt.
then
Sorry.
and then the storm could brew. And then we could pick up like when she's in her room, like crying or whatever. The wind starts blowing. She gets knocked out, and then the story
I
continues or something like that.
I feel well, I'm gonna contact my friend Tim. He worked as my gaffer for the 48 Hour in 2023.
Okay.
He's a military dude. He was super cool. He also over the last 2 years became like a drone operator.
Yeah.
So he was also expressing to me that if I ever had a project where we needed like
I
a
met
drone shot or
Have I
something.
met this
So
guy before? Is he a younger dude?
you've never met Tim more
Oh,
than
okay,
likely.
because I know another guy that also did drone stuff,
Tim
and I was
Tim
like,
is
oh,
an
shit, have I
older
met this person? Oh, then
he's
no,
an
I don't
older
know the rest.
guy.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean he's not like that old, but like he's older.
okay.
And yeah, I mean he's a drone operator. I mean, I don't know, maybe we could
That would
potentially
be
use
that would
something
be
like
great. Ooh, so thoughts on that? Um, uh, Hold on.
and the
What
reason
we could do for that shot is, um, so Toto's grave, that's super easy. We make a gravestone out of foam with Toto's name on it. Um, and what you could do is have have a shot have a shot filmed where the main camera is filming with Dors's back viewing Toto's grave. So we're seeing Toto's grave with Toto's name, and we just see the back, and then you could do a drone shot coming up from in front of Doris, so like between the grave and Doris, where it comes up and meets her face, and then she's running towards home. You could potentially do something like that. That's just an idea.
Oh, interesting. That I was actually thinking that's an interesting idea. I feel like where my mind was going with the drone though was
Flying it still in the
having
air and then watching her run from the top down perspective.
no, not even capturing the action. Um, yeah, like it didn't even go there like in my mind. For me, it was more of like capturing just a top down of
Okay.
location,
Yep.
like of just like a wide like top down in the air of like a location,
So so
and
like
then
like a
maybe
sound of music shot.
yeah, like Sound of Music, and then
Mhm.
maybe we can get some like cloud foot, like
I'll
just
be right back, you guys.
still.
You can keep talking. It's going. I'm just gonna go grab something
Oh,
real quick.
okay. Yeah, like top down on location, wide, and then do just like still shot of like the clouds from an aerial view and and just like stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And then in my mind, when Ray mentioned running, kind of bouncing again off of that, my mind, I kind of saw like this would maybe be like the only time the camera moves like that in the movie, where like
Okay.
where the camera's literally like chasing her into the house or something, like
Okay. Yeah.
kind of like Evil Dead style, like
Yeah.
like like it's like
Like the
gorilla
original Evil Dead, where it's
shaky,
yeah.
you know what I mean, like um and then like once she like shuts the door, cut to black, maybe it's like the title, and then we go immediately to her like at like the bedside crying, or however it is that you know what I mean, like we go
Yeah.
straight to the straight there or something. That's kind of what I was seeing when Ray mentioned about like running away, like
Okay. I like that. Yeah. Okay.
um but I also liked your idea too, like where it could be that where we get her to like stand up, and then we get her like walking to the house, and then it's like going up.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's also like a really cool. I feel like because then I mean, you know, Tim, I don't know how many other projects he's been working on with the drone as well. I feel like that might take practice. Like that
It
might take
really.
probably multiple takes, to where I feel like almost like if we really were to do it right, like smooth,
Yeah.
it would that shot would almost feel like a video game.
Yes.
Like it would
Yes.
feel very much like top down, like video game style, like if it was done in the way that I feel like it was like a smooth, like just kind of like transition, like
Yeah. No,
um
I like where we're going with this for sure.
and then everything, because yeah, like if you think about, I don't know, I think with like the way I've shot stuff, I mean, and I showed you like how like I mean, you saw how like crazy shaky my camera gets, like with
Oh
that
yeah, for sure.
performance video like I did, the web series I showed you sneak peek of, like I mean, if there was a way to like, because I feel like when I shoot like stuff like for
Hmm.
performance or for music videos, or like
Yeah.
any videography, like I feel like a lot of people have identified like my style with like warping reality, because I do shoot on wide
Yeah.
fisheye, and it
Oh.
seems like larger than
Oh,
life and stuff like
that would
that.
be
Um,
that'd be so much fun
and
to throw a fisheye shot in. Oh.
and and for me, I feel because of what I want to do to also like accompany your vision with like the rest of the project, I feel almost as if if we incorporated movement in reality
Yeah.
and non-movement camera for not reality, like almost
Yeah.
like
I
the
like that.
opposite,
Okay, yeah.
like you know what I mean, like um it kind of almost feels like a one track kind of like mind perceiving, like you're like everything is just moving in your mind, but
Yeah.
then there's all this you know chaotic movement that's happening on the outside, or like or something. What do you think about that?
No, I like
You
that. I like that idea. I'm jotting notes.
that would be
Movement,
interesting to play with, I think,
reality. Um,
because I feel like even if we can't get Tim like as a drone operator, depending on like what he's doing or where he's at or his availability,
I wish I still had a working drone.
like I feel like if we like X that. I mean, well, again, depending if he's available or not. Um, yeah, then we could just. I mean, I kind of like the idea of like the shaky kind of gorilla Evil Dead following from
Yeah,
behind into the
no, I
house,
do. I do like that idea.
you know, like it feel like, oh, like now we're like shaky going into her mind, you know what I mean? Like we're going, and then
Yeah.
once we're in her mind, it's like we're we're seeing everything just like move in her mind, you know, like.
Yeah, no, yeah, I like that. So I jotted that down. The movement for reality and the fantasy non-movement. Um, that I have so many notes.
We're,
Oh, this is
when they
gonna,
thought when I thought I was done, they pulled me back in.
yeah, you know. Well, it's just it's funny when a project that you thought was gonna be, one thing turns into another thing, and it was just funny how Robert was like, why don't we do this as a film? And I was like, that didn't even cross my mind. Like I hadn't even thought about it in that way. Um,
Yeah,
Jeez.
I mean, and
Um,
Robert's like, dude, I'm like, dude, what is going on? Or like, what? What are you talking
you know,
about? No,
you know, and
no,
I'm one of those creative people where I was just like, all right, let's do it. Um,
yeah, yeah,
I,
no,
I'm a 100% hop on board, and I think that goes with some a project like this could potentially set us up for people contacting us and being like, hey, we'd love for you to do more with this, or you
yeah,
know that would be like great for my career and great for y'all's career, and who knows what could happen. um and if we do it right, a lot of people could like it because everybody loves Wizard of Oz. And and since I don't think I've ever seen a Wizard of Oz where it's based off of like her psyche versus these being characters representing like the Cowardly Lion and the Tin Man and all that kind of stuff. Like, I think this is very different.
oh no, it is very different, and that's also what really interested me. Also, like just the character that Robert portrays with the Chrome Cowboy. I've always
Yeah.
really liked that character, and uh oh wait, Junior, are you still here? By the way, are you?
I'm eating burrito.
He's enjoying the show is what I think he's doing.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes.
dude. I was good. I was curious on your thoughts because I know you've just been listening to his yap this whole time.
I think for somebody who doesn't know what is going on, I think that the concept of having a new take on an old story is very much needed. And I think that it's a refreshing take on Wizard of Oz in general, and just exploring the inner psyche of this character and kind of expanding on it. Because, like, for all intents and purposes, I don't like, you know, I wasn't like a fan of like the new stuff that they came out regarding Wizard of Oz. Like that one play thing, I forgot what it was called.
Oh,
It was
Wicked.
yeah, I wasn't a fan of it only because I just didn't really see the point. But like, I feel like this is much more interesting and a more mature take on things. So it's like, yeah,
Okay, yeah.
I feel like the content matter is going to draw a lot of people in the aspect of like, you know, just the fact that this is an essentially like it is a more mature take on things, and
Yeah.
it deals with serious subject matter, and it is exploring and really like picking apart this character. And I think that that's a good take on it, because like when I was growing up and watching Wizard of Oz as a kid, I used to tell my mom like she crazy. Like how do we know? Like how do we know? Like this isn't like especially when she wakes up at the end. I'm like the only thing that I took away from it when I was a kid was like she crazy, and then when I got older, I was like she got problems. So it's like
and that's where the idea that's when me and Robert were talking about the psychologist Carl Jung. That's the whole premise of what he did was going off of people's psyche, and
yeah.
and going off of, oh well, Dorothy's batshit crazy and
Yeah, it's like she just got problems, and it's like
uh-huh,
I
yeah.
think that I think that it's great that you guys are taking a new, fresh look at that, and instead of like playing it off like what I feel like
You know,
new content tries to do with it, I feel like you guys are kind of facing that kind of reality for this character, like with tact, and I think that that's great.
yeah, and we got lucky because the Wizard of Oz is public domain, so
That is true. That is true. I always forget that.
well, it's only
Dude,
it's only very recently.
yeah,
Really?
there's a lot of
Oh
stuff.
wait.
Like, not a lot of people talked about
Uh-huh.
the fact that there was a lot of things that entered the public domain this year.
A
Like,
ton of stuff. The biggest
Really?
one was the original Mickey Mouse.
Mickey Mouse with
What?
Steamboat Willie
Yeah,
with
Steamboat Willie. Yeah.
what is it that they're making? Mouse PI, the
Oh,
video
uh-huh.
game. Have you
Yeah,
seen
yeah.
that, Junior?
I have not. What the
They're doing a
heck?
first person POV Mouse PI, a whole video game in the style of Steamboat Willie Mickey Mouse is going fucking apeshit shooter. It's an
Yeah, let's
original story,
go.
but it looks like, dude, it
Yeah.
looks so dope. Like, I cannot wait for that game to come
And then
out.
there's a movie that's
Oh, the
gonna be
horror
done.
slasher that they did
Uh-huh.
with
Yeah,
Steamboat Willie
yeah.
and Mickey Mouse already.
Yeah.
Didn't
Yeah,
they do that with Winnie the Pooh as
Pooh.
well?
They did.
Yeah.
It was
Yep.
it was
Blood and
absolute
Honey.
it was
Oh my god.
it was naughty. I couldn't get through the first 10 minutes. It was I don't know did you watch it, Matt?
No, I
Oh, it's not
didn't.
it's not
I
worth it's not worth the time. Don't even
Oh,
it was I don't like to bash on anybody, but it was so trash. I was like this could have been
well,
really really good,
that
but
I've heard a lot of stuff about the first one not being good, but then a lot
oh,
of like
is there a
people,
second one?
yeah, a lot of people in the horror community really love the sequel to Blood and
Okay, well
Honey.
then I will have to check out the second one because the first one was so trash. I turned it off after the first like 10 minutes. I was like, I can't sit through this. and
Yeah.
I'm a horror movie fan. Like I will watch some of these really crazy B rated horror movies.
Uh-huh.
This one was like a D rated horror movie
Oh god, no.
where I couldn't. I was like, nope. So the
Oh
fact that you said
no.
there's a sequel that people are saying is good, I'm gonna have to go in and see it for myself and see if it's.
Yeah, same with like Steamboat Willie Mickey. Also, the early versions of Popeye and Tintin are also entered the
Yep.
public
Yeah,
domain
yeah.
here. Um, what is it? The Sound of Music composition, I think, also
Oh, I
entered
think so.
public domain
Yeah.
this year.
Yeah, I think so. The music
Um,
or the play.
I think the music, like the composition, like score, like entered public domain. I believe.
I'm gonna look it up real quick.
Let me see. Oh yeah, original
No,
versions
the
of
score the
Popeye.
score is not yet.
Oh, but what was it? I thought I saw something from the Sound of Music.
Sound of Music the whole thing won't enter public domain until 2055.
But then what was it that entered this year? Was it anything for Sound of Music, or was I wrong? I could have sworn I saw something that was Sound of Music that entered public
Oh,
domain.
here it is. Nope, it's not Sound of Music. No. Yeah, so anything right now, anything that was um from 1923 I'm trying to find this. No, it has not entered public domain. Not till 2055.
Oh, interesting. Oh, no, not Sound of Music. I'm confusing the music from Singing in the Rain entered public
Singing in the
domain
Rain.
this
Okay.
this year.
Okay, that makes
Yeah,
more sense.
yeah, Singing in the Rain. Um, what is it? The Sound and the Fury. Uh, entered public domain. What
'Cause
else on here?
um yeah, see, it's so interesting how different countries have different laws. Because in Europe, um, a lot of stuff entered public domain in 2022 because um, when people die in Europe, their copyright protections expire.
Mm-hmm. The
Yeah, so
first.
throughout most of Europe and in other countries where copyrights expire after the death of the author plus 70 years. So instead of 100 years like in the US, it's 70 years after their death.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So anybody that died in 1951, things entered the public domain in Europe on January 1st of 2022. So that means that like the composer for like Sound and Music and all that stuff, they've been dead for years. You know, they'd enter public domain quicker than they would here.
Hmm. Man, in the next like decade, there's gonna be a lot like really interesting things like will Betty Boop and Pluto go
Yep.
public next year in
Yep, which
2026?
everybody is excited for the Pluto one.
Yes. Goofy goes public in 2028. Mary Poppins and Donald Duck go public in 2030.
Oh jeez.
Superman.
I can just imagine what's going to happen with Mary Poppins when Mary Poppins hits public domain.
Yeah, that's gonna be wild. Superman goes public in 2034. Batman goes public in 2035. Tom and Jerry and Bugs Bunny in 2036. And Wonder Woman further down the line is in 2037.
Okay.
Like,
Do we want to wrap up on the conversation real quick? Cause I do have to go to bed.
oh yeah, yeah. I know Ray just
I'm
got
I
back.
just got back. Yeah,
I'm still recovering.
that's okay. I
Um,
think this is
Yes.
we can. I don't even know what y'all are talking about, so to spare y'all having to fill me in, I'll just we can wrap up the.
Well, Ray, what are your final? I mean, what are your final thoughts for Puck and I on this? Like, I mean,
yeah.
It sounds like when you were saying the art direction and stuff, kind of where you slotted me earlier as art director. It seems like I don't know if I need to be that hands on because it seems like maybe just as like an assistant or to help out where I can, but it seems like the style is kind of you guys already have an idea of what you want it to be. So I don't really know.
but I need somebody to be that hands on for me.
Um, Well, what I guess, well, I don't know how to put that. I don't want to be too blunt about this, but like, I don't know if I have the time to like make all of the costumes and like make all of the stuff for this. But I'm definitely
Oh
gonna.
no, you wouldn't be making costumes or anything.
No,
Um,
that would fall to uh what position does that?
That's true. I'm just so used to.
well,
I'm so used to
we're
being in charge of art, meaning doing all the work for art. But um,
no. That's not no. So I need more of like I need. Okay, this is what I need, right?
hit me.
Um, Puck being lead with production design, head of art, somebody to like also bounce ideas off with that, and then to
Yeah.
see on like as far as like what you could execute in terms of like what we end up wanting to do with the story, and then as far as costumes and things like that, Ray, like you wouldn't be making costumes. But I don't know if you caught this earlier.
I
I
did,
know
but I
Puck was
guess
mentioning it, but I did say like if it comes to that, I have other people I already have in mind to do that.
okay.
But
So
Yeah, cuz
like,
so
I
for
cuz
art
I
direction,
would
you
like
mostly want me
but
to translate the ideas into things that we are shooting, making sure it all works.
yeah.
yes.
Okay.
And then, like I'm saying right now, right, with other crew for art, we have, Jamie who would essentially assist you in anything that you need. But then ideally, I would have somebody to be a set dresser and then have like maybe 1 to 2 art production assistants. So that and Ray
Cuz
in
you and me
this
cuz you and me, right, we're 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 in charge of the stuff, but I'm not like we're not building sets and making costumes and things like that. We're getting other people to do, I guess, if I'm thinking this correctly, like you would on a stage.
yeah. Yeah. So you are somebody that's essentially like the anchor for Puck
Yeah.
in
But
terms of visual style. And
yeah.
yes, you do have the ability to be hands-on and like make things if you want, like whatever it is that you think you would want to focus on and like handle. Like I'm not gonna stop you, but like remember when I had the conversation with you following like my pelote of like, I kept, asking you like, Ray, what do you need? Or you need extra hands or you need this or that, and you're like, no, I got it. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. This is where you have to learn how to use other people as extensions of what you and Pug's visual style. Like you were
Yeah.
helping Pug create his visual to come to life, and then you're going to use the people in our department as extensions to execute the visual style. So does that make a little bit more sense to you?
Mm-hmm.
So
Uh,
me and you powwow over the art style and how we want things to look, and then we go to other people to actually execute it.
And that's going to be with camera, that's going to be with lighting, that's also going to be, like I have to also like, you know, consult y'all and like we lock in on that idea, right? And then
Yeah.
everything's like good and then we communicate this stuff to these other departments so that way everyone's on the same page. We all get this is what we're doing. We got all the materials. I'm trying to source costumes, like dress. Like, I don't want to make costumes. Like,
Yeah.
ideally, like I wouldn't want us to go through that. Like I said, if it really has to come to something, like if we really need to make like one thing or what, like you know what I mean? Like, sure, like we'll do it, but ideally we would source everything,
Yeah.
find it, I literally listed Jess to be a shopper for wardrobe. That's where I'm thinking for her. But if she's not
because
available,
that would be
then
super easy if we're sourcing everything and throwing it together, which would add to the wonky acidy wonkiness. That'd be
yeah.
great. And even like I was saying, like I even found like a Glinda dress that would work, and it's like $40. Like a lot of this would be super easy to put together. I would imagine. If
Yeah,
we're
Yeah,
if
I
we're
mean,
and
sourcing
you
if
and
we're
know,
sourcing everything.
yeah, I work in trash from Goodwill usually. That's my
Yeah.
yeah.
So
and and Ray, like, I already know, like, if you already am like, I don't want to make props, but I want to be more hands-on with scene and like set dressing, like, let's do that, and then let's get somebody else to be a prop master and maybe
yeah.
source different props or create a prop if we need it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
But then
think
you would be that person to work with Puck to like in pre-production, like how we're doing right now. We execute the idea, like lock in on that, like what we need, and then we make sure we could either source it or if we need a prop master, like you know what I mean, like they can handle that. But you're someone that needs to sort of be like the anchor for art with Puck. That's what I'm looking for, which is why I already knew I think you would fit more well in that role because this is good opportunity for you to learn how other people are extensions of the visual execution of like art. You know what I mean?
hmm yeah, I mean, that's fine. I'm down. The only I guess the thing that I'm sort of with that role on the day, you still want me to help you shoot anything, or you want me mostly to be focused on like this doesn't look right, this needs to look this way. Like on the day, what do you really need from me specifically? Would you think?
I mean, I would imagine like on the day,
Mm-hmm.
like it's gonna get everybody else like art PA, set dresser, props.
We would
Um,
be. It's almost like it's like okay. So a good reference for me would be um like you're helping me and we're helping them make sure everything is running smoothly on a day.
yes, yes,
So it's like a stage production where all the stuff that we're doing um post or not pre like so everything we're doing pre-production before the day, we're making sure everything goes smoothly on the day. So like when a stage production opens, when I was doing it in theater, my job was always to be there on every night that we were doing the show to make sure everything ran smoothly, everything was working the right way, everything was looking the right way, and everybody that is under me or under the two of us are doing what they're supposed to do to make sure everything works right. Am I getting that correct?
yes. You are yes,
Okay.
Okay,
very
cool.
on the nail, right? Like, and since I'm directing and like leading the talent, right? I mean, there's like for instance, like if Jess is there and she wants to be involved on set, like I would prefer if Jess was also on set to like bless you.
Thank you.
To like assist with wardrobe if we need to make any
That would be a smart idea.
alterations
Yeah.
or anything like that. But like you need to be also kind of that like hey Ray, can you double check and like make sure this is all like good or like you know or are all the props good to go, like kind of like down the line, like can you go check with this person, or you know what I mean?
Because God forbid we're in the middle of something and we've forgotten that, oh, we have this prop, but oh, it's not here, or oh, where is it? Um, yeah,
Yeah,
because we,
and
we shot Oklahoma, the show, the musical Oklahoma, and when the show opens, there's there's a cornfield, so we used fake corn, right? The fake corn stalks and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we were the theater that we normally used. It flooded the night before opening, and the prop master forgot to pull all the fake corn for opening night, and it was sitting in the basement of the theater. The basement didn't flood, but the main theater did. And opening night, we had no corn stalks at the theater that we were renting because, prop master forgot to go and get said corn stalks. So opening night, when it opens and the song is "There's a bright golden haze on the meadow," I was like, well, there's no corn. you know? There was no corn to be seen. So it's like there's no bright golden haze anywhere. I was very, very upset. I was like, where's the corn? Like
Corn's gone.
oh yeah, no. He was like, "Oh, I forgot to get it from the basement of the other theater." Like, and we had to go and get it for the second night, and I was like, "Oh my god, opening night just was was just a tremendous mess." Like, it was a nightmare.
yeah, and so like since I would primarily be working and like directing like the talent and things of that nature, like once we're all set and we know and then we're locked in, it's like, I'm primarily working with the talent at that point, you know what I mean? So it's like you're also like my anchor also in a way. McKenna being the producer is also gonna be someone that has to be across the board, like knowing everything.
Yeah.
Which is why when Robert suggested her, and she did say she's into producing and wants to do that, like I'm like, okay, like I take Robert's word for it. I'm gonna have her be my producer. So reality, McKenna's my anchor, but then like I would be like, McKenna, like go get Ray or Todd, like can you go get him and make sure like all this is good, or like, oh
Cuz
wait,
like
we need
Ray
these
cuz
props. Like Ray, go get the. McKenna would be like, Ray, can you get your RPAs to, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like a chain of command.
and it would also be like if we're shooting something, let's, for example, I don't know if I told you guys, but I have severe light sensitivity. um so like right now I'm sitting with like my oil lamp, so when I was saying like oil lamp on the set with like Doris's bedroom, right? Well, if, let's say, the way that the lighting is positioned or the way that it's working isn't quite working with what's going on, that's for us to be like, hey, you know um Matt, this this lighting is not quite right. Let's either turn up the lighting or it needs to be more moody, blah blah blah, that kind of stuff. Like that's kind of like super important for like shooting.
Yeah, and let me give you an example of everything that you did, like based off of this potential crew list for Myths, Ray. You were basically a writer. You were also a director. You were a producer. You were also camera. You were, technically you were the whole camera. Like we were the whole camera team. So you were also like your first and second in reality.
Mm-hmm.
You were head of art. You were, a sorcerer. You were a shopper. You were makeup. You were talent. You were lighting. You were grip. you were a consultant. You were also basically your own PA, and now you're also an editor. You basically also like did like fucking like 14, 15 jobs for
He's
like
like
what
he's like Houdini.
yeah, for what should be a fucking full team
Yeah.
of people. Like and I was also in that with you, and you know how crazy it got because also we had like, oh, a meeting 2 weeks before, then oh, let's have another meeting, and oh, now we're gonna X this idea. Okay, now we're doing this and we're doing that. Like, you know what I mean? So that's why I feel like just again, and when I first met you, you told me I want to do set, dress, design, I want to do props, and which you did for Myths. We did it, and which is why I'm like, if Ray still wants to do that, I think him being the art director would be good. But if you have a change of heart, that's also okay. Like, you don't have to be art director, and if you would rather be an assist, like an art PA to this project, then I mean, there's also nothing wrong with that. Or an assistant art director, and then having you work still like to that degree of like, you know what I mean?
I think me and Ray vibe well though.
Yeah, I
But
think
yeah,
we
I
can
think
do.
I
I
think
think
you do,
we could.
yeah, like I feel like this was a good convo and y'all vibe, and I mean you see the vision, so I mean I don't see why not. Like, which is why I already knew you would be a good art director, like, so yeah, I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm down. I'm trying to also just get a handle on what isn't my job, because like you just said, I'm used to everything being my job. So I'm looking at this project and I'm like, okay, what things do I not need to think about? And it's like, okay, here are all the job, like you just listed all those things I did. It's like, okay, I need to not worry about it and just trust that like the other part of this team is going to handle it. So I
Yes.
need to just focus
But
on like,
at the same time, Ray, you also have to understand this. Like, I mean, even just from working with you on Myths, and us being like close collaborators now, I also don't mind you suggesting things to me, like, and being like, Matt, can you check, or like, what's the deal with the camera, or like, or like, what about this, or like, maybe double checking with the script supervisor. I mean, I don't know. Like, I just feel like for me, I don't have an assistant director right now. I don't. Like, you're the only other director like right now. You know what I mean? For
mhm.
like art,
so
visual.
so it's really
And
So like,
like,
see like when we're talking about like directing and things like that, like I've done it before, but I have no major interest in like I might have some things to say which I would probably end up going through you, Ray,
mm-hmm.
if we're talking about like suggestions for like direction and things like that. I would probably go through you and then have you talk to Matt and be like, "Hey, maybe we could do this as a suggestion kind of thing."
yeah, or the
'Cause I
both of
have
you, because it's
yeah,
also your concept, Puck, and
yeah,
like you also like we're doing this together. It's not
yeah,
like, oh, let's just check with Matt, or I mean, yes, like I get that I am directing it and I am lead, right? But like also at the same time, like if I don't get another assistant director, I mean, yeah, we're gonna have other people in different positions already. Like, we have other people interested, and we are gonna work with a pretty decent amount of people. But like at the same time, because it's your concept, and we are working through all this together as a team,
yeah,
like y'all are my co-directing, like assisting, directing, like you
yeah,
get what I mean? Like
yeah,
I
exactly.
trust y'all. Like we're doing this together. Like I'm not gonna be like, don't tell me this or don't like, you know what
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah. Oh,
mean?
100%.
Yeah, unless yeah, there's other, unless if I'm like, oh, Rigo or Baylor gets in and is like, oh, my AD, and then we're all just working together. Like, I mean, it's all collaborative. You know what I mean? Like, I
Yeah,
think
for sure.
I just don't want you to feel like it is a little intimidating. I'm not gonna lie. Like if you are working with all these people, we're all gonna be. It's like I've worked with some of these, majority of these people. That's why I put this team together. There's some people. A lot of these people you don't know, Puck. Some people Ray knows already. It's
See,
all gonna be a
for
new
me,
project.
I don't mind working with new people because a lot of times when I was working on stage, like we'd have new freshmen coming in, or we'd have new kids coming in that were transferring into the school, or there are always people I didn't know, and I was just like, we just have to make it work,
Yeah.
you know.
On that
Mm.
note, Matt, there is a job here I don't see that might be very helpful, and that would be a location scout. That could be something you and McKenna maybe think about. But
Oh, well, basically, we already kind of like loosely decided we were gonna all shoot this on Puck's property, which is why I didn't put location scout on it.
but even still, maybe if there
No,
was
no,
someone who
I
could
know.
go to Puck, because he said he's got a lot of space.
No, I
So
know,
I've
I
got
know.
yeah,
I've
Like,
got 2 acres, and then what I was thinking, if we're doing this in like black box style, right? Like
mm,
I have no couch at all. I have a living room, right? Like if we're gonna put up like a fake wall for like her bedroom and everything, like if we're just using like a plywood set and whatever, it can all be done in like inside my house, like potentially.
there's definitely gonna. I
how do
can
you,
already see like certain exteriors in this, which is something we're gonna talk. Like, we're gonna workshop on Sunday.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know what the
But,
So like for
yeah,
example, exteriors, if we're doing, for example, like Dorothy at a grave site, like we go to the back of my property, like at the very back. Like there's an open section where you could put a fake grave or whatever and go from there. Um, you know, we'll have, like I said, we'll have, like Matt said, we'll have to workshop it. Um,
yeah,
but
but
then if that doesn't work, then we could go scout locations and things like that. It's not difficult.
yeah, like McKenna's already somebody that I need to talk to about that. And like I said, I mean, this document, Ray, you're looking at something that's not even fully put. These are all the people that I was like, all right, let me put them on and get this down, right?
yeah. Because
Um,
I think for the
but
all the like field outside stuff, absolutely. I don't know, just knowing what I know about making stuff, if putting up walls or like building physical
no,
things is gonna
no, no,
be
no, 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 not
uh
doing that.
yeah, as I'm saying, I don't think that, so it might be
We're
easier to
not.
just
Gotcha. Okay, yeah.
find a
Yeah.
place that already looks like what we're going for specific
Okay.
scenes.
I
um
mean, yeah, for sure. Okay.
just because we don't
Yeah.
normally have this type of like a know-how and then b just like resources and housing. Like theaters usually have like a place to put this stuff. We don't really have
Yeah.
like a place to put, and we don't want to
Well,
crowd
I do.
your we don't want to crowd your property full of like
But no, but
um
see, that's the whole point. I legit have space. Like I have a massive garage, so it doesn't really matter. And
which we could probably
my
just
husband
use
doesn't,
as a garage, you know what I mean? Like we
and my
could probably
husband
just
doesn't
use it as it
care.
is. The
Yeah.
one thing I was gonna say is instead of investing in building anything, it could be worth it to start looking into people who might have trailers that we could use for
Uh-huh.
interiors for a couple
Yeah.
days or something. Um,
Yeah.
or maybe even
I mean,
just renting a
or
fucking like RV.
or or even like if we wanted to use um like I have like my back bedroom that we could, put a bed in and make look like a bedroom. We could take all the shit out that's in there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's.
like
I think it's gonna be more feasible to
these
do
are
stuff like
all
that.
these are all things that we're gonna like this is all going to be a part of like
Yeah, 'cause, like,
the
yeah,
workshop progress.
because
Like
like I
nothing.
was saying, like you could empty out this bedroom that I'm currently in, pretty easily, and if we found like a bed that we could use, like it'd be super easy to do.
Well,
Yeah, like
And
just
then and then and then like I said, like storage wise, it's not a problem storing stuff in my house. I have nothing like my house, like my living room is empty. My garage can store stuff. It's no issue.
yeah, like I know you already offered your space, which I appreciated, right? But like
Yeah.
I do understand that like
Where
these
Ray's coming
things
from.
aren't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand where it's coming from because also with the when it comes to the work, I mean, we haven't written anything yet. You
Oh
know
yeah,
what I
we've not.
mean?
Yeah, yeah.
We haven't written anything yet. We have a lot of
Because
good
we could
working
potentially
ideas.
just use my property as like the land section where we're doing
Y-
like the outside thing.
Yeah, and even that we still need a workshop. Like, okay, are we gonna do this? How are we gonna do it?
Yeah.
Is there gonna be any other exteriors, or what are we gonna do and contain interior spaces? You know what I mean? So it's gonna be
Yeah.
all a part of the workshopping process. I get where you're coming from, Ray. I do think there's a lot that needs to be discussed once we really get the ball rolling. But
For sure.
until that day comes, and once I get everybody locked in with crew, that also the people that will then be a part of this project, that's going to open up more conversations for potential locations.
Yeah.
So I'm not trying to get hooked on this idea too much yet, or oh yes, we like the idea of the outside, or yes, Puck, yes, you offered your property, but now that we see these other locations with this person in the crew, like maybe we can just do it there instead. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So
Yep.
I don't wanna get too like, oh, this is how it has to be, or this, you know what I mean? Like let's
Oh yeah,
all
no.
just.
I wasn't meaning that at all. Like
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm just saying, I get where he's coming from. Like, it's all a part of the process of terms of like,
Yeah.
what we want to best execute the vision for the story and everything. Once we
Exactly.
get there, right? Which is
Yeah.
why, giving ourselves this much amount of time to do it, like, you know, I'm, I'm glad. Like, I'm glad we're doing it, this way.
Agreed.
Um, but yeah, this is just V1 of the rough pitch. So,
Yeah.
there's still a lot of people that I haven't contacted yet. That was just to get everything just jotted down and kind of in a semi-organized fashion. Um, but yeah, Ray, I mean, is that, so you want to stay in that position? You feel like that's, like, you want to commit to that position then for the project?
yeah, I think I can handle it. I mean, we're always going to be working it on here, and it seems like a lot of my job is going to be just conceptualizing what the art
And you
department
and
needs to
like
do.
and you and me can powwow whenever. Because like I was telling Matt, I'm home 99% of the time. Like so, it's not like I'm running all over the place all the time.
I am, unfortunately.
If that makes
uh,
sense.
but yeah, I think we'll make it work. And then also, I think that you already have a really strong idea. I'm just gonna basically help translate sort of where your expertise lie and my expertise lie, and how do we cocktail them into something that'll best suit the production and
Yeah.
ultimately get where we want to go. Because I feel like we both already can already see what we want it to look like and see what direction we want to go in. It's just a
Yeah.
matter of like, all right, how do we get there? What do we want to do? A mask? Do we want to do makeup? Do we want to do prosthetics? Do we want to do latex? All those little, you know, what looks better, what
Details.
feels
Yeah.
better. Yeah, and we'll work them out as they
Yeah.
come
For
up.
sure.
It's gonna be a lot easier once there's a script. Honestly, I feel like that'll be the first.
Yeah.
Because once you have a script, it's like, okay, what characters are we seeing? What context are we seeing them in? How do they need to? All that kind of stuff. How do they need to move and look and all that stuff? So, yeah,
Yeah.
I think we're good. I'm locked in for now, and we'll just see.
Cool.
We'll see on Sunday how everyone else is feeling, and Yeah.
And we'll powwow. Cool.
Yeah,
Thank
guys
you. Thank you
could-
for having us on. This was
Yeah,
this was
for
good.
sure. I'm gonna close out the stream showing off a little thing I made last night. You don't have to stay for this.
Oh
If you
no,
want to head
I
out.
wanna see what you did.
So I was at Walmart and I just saw like this perfect Pepsi machine just sitting there and it's lonesome. And I've been doing a lot of work with 3D scans lately, but I wanted to
Okay.
do a different method for making a real object in 3D. And this method is like pioneered by this guy named Ian Hubert, where he takes a picture and then he basically just makes shapes that match the picture and then project that
Oh, that's
picture onto
fantastic.
that shape. So
Okay.
I did that with the Pepsi vending machines.
Whoa. What? Play it again?
Hold on, it's gonna keep going.
Oh, okay.
And then it just loops like this.
So the shadowing is really, really good.
Doink. And yeah, that's just like I don't know if you guys watch Corridor, but they have those like satisfying render challenges. And I was like,
No, I've
With
not
Googly
seen.
Boogly.
yeah, they'll just do like it's a ball that rolls into a space that then is filled by another ball.
I have seen that. Okay. I've
Yeah,
seen that
so
on,
I was like, I want to
on
try one of
YouTube Shorts.
those. Yeah, and I was like, I want to try one of these. And so this one is basically mine. And then when I did it, I was like, I want to do like dropping Pepsi machines, like they're dropping in. But then I was like, I just want to like obliterate them with a giant ball. So I just keyframed all of that. And then I spent like 2 hours literally just adjusting the movement so the simulation would look the way I wanted it to. Because like getting all the boxes and everything to work physically is easy, but then it's like, how do I actually? It's like I just keep picking them up and be like, nope, nope, no, and then you finally like once you get each one to fall, just so. And then I had made
No, that's awesome.
I had made some like looping nonsense music on a previous stream, and then I just cut it to be like so it just sounds like it's just going forever.
You could do a whole video of it just that.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna start doing.
And
that.
I like how the ones in the back fall.
Yeah, there's one that I couldn't get to not fall off the platform, and then I was like, that's part of it. Fuck it.
And I was like, I like that a lot.
Because then I had too many. Like there was one point where I had like 20 of them, but then they would knock
my
each
God.
other over, and they would never get like still to get hit by the ball.
Okay.
And then I was changing the timing of like how far the ball is actually traveling in order to create that effect. And then once I had that, I was like, okay, now just spin the ball endlessly so it looks like it's rolling, but it's actually just moving like this. But then I spin
That's
it
great.
artificially. And the side of the Pepsi machine had a big Pepsi logo, so I was like, yeah, I'm gonna throw that on the ball. And then there we go.
No, that's really cool.
Yeah, it's satisfying to see the little ones like Team Rocket off into the fucking sunset.
Blasting off once again.
All right, that was the last thing I wanted to close with, but
Very awesome. Thank you for sharing
goodbye
that.
stream. Yeah, thank you for being on the stream, being our guest.
Let's go.
God, shut up, Junior.
Yeah,
You
thanks,
talk
thanks
too
for
much.
having it.
Junior, shut up.
Junior, damn
Damn
it.
We'll have to do this again when we have more.
Yeah, I think this will be a fun thing to just like keep the audience updated on, and they'll see our
Yeah.
process
No, I
as
don't
we
want
go
the
along.
audience to be updated at all.
Oh,
Fuck the
okay.
audience.
They've
Fuck Junior.
honestly
No, I'm
this
kidding.
this audience has gotten a lot of projects. They're probably like, dude, where's the diner updates? Where are my clusterfuck
We're
updates?
the diner.
Where are my fucking updates on that one thing Ray pitched that one time when Ray and Matt were just talking endlessly? It's like,
I'll
guys,
show
we're
you.
working on them, all right? They're in the oven.
The diner. It's right here.
He's got the
Oh
script.
yeah, I started reading that, by the way.
Wait, what? Oh, you did?
You sent it to me.
No, I know. I'm just surprised you already started reading it.
Okay, bye
Yeah,
stream.
I'm also reading anxiety at the same time.
Oh shit.
I feel like
Yeah.
that's a good match for Matt's work. Just get in a real anxious mood, and then watch
Oh
reality
no,
crumble around you.
they are going. They do go hand in hand nicely. All right, guys. I'm off.
Good night.
I'll talk to you guys later.
Good
Night
night.
night.
Good night, stream. Good night, Twitch.